Good evening, everybody. Welcome to West Banco Arena in Wheeling, West Virginia. I'm Mike Peacock along with my man Dave Plata. Dave, we've had a good day and a half or so here, and now it's time to play football.
Absolutely. Time to get things going. The two teams that have battled all season long at the top of the AAL standings, playing for one game for all the marbles. And it's a great atmosphere, too, here at West Banco Arena. Of course, it's heavily Miners fans, but how about that crowd coming in from Columbus?
Yeah, looking across the arena over there, Dave, and seeing all that blue in the stands over there. 3 busloads of people made their way up here, plus some others that came on their own up here. Columbus is well represented. The Lions are well represented. And the AAL is well represented
as well. It's going to be a great capper to a really great season. The Lions, of course, coming in 10-0, Wheeling with just 2 losses, and those 2 losses, of course, too. Who other? The Columbus Lions.
And Dave, those 2 losses by a grand total of 3 points. A 2-point win in Columbus, a 1-point win here in Wheeling. And quite frankly, Dave, both teams feel like they have something to prove tonight.
They absolutely do. Both teams coming in. Finishing out the season fairly strongly. And, of course, the Lions want to finish off with the 3-peat. The Miners are hoping 3rd time's the charm.
They absolutely are. And, you know, these 2 coaches are familiar with each other. There is a ton of mutual respect between these teams. Yes, during this competition tonight for 60 minutes, they're going to be enemies, and they're going to do battle. But once that game is over and before the game this week, when they've had a chance to be around each other, you can tell there's a ton of mutual respect for each other and each other's teams. And these guys, you know, they know what it's all about. There's a lot of professionals on both sides of the ball.
A lot of veterans on both teams. In fact, both players who are coaches at the high school level. And then you got all the new kids coming up, bringing in fresh blood and getting things cranked up.
Well, Dave, the Wheeling Miners folks have done a really nice job preparing for this week. They are having what's called 90s night tonight. They've got 90s music trivia going on. They've got 95 South. If you remember the song Come On Ride the Train from the 90s,
right.
Those are the guys who did that. And they will be performing live at halftime tonight. So they borrowed a page from the playbook of Corey Black and Roger Beck here tonight. And they're about to get their introductions going. If you're wondering why it kind of went dark up here, suddenly they turned the lights out, and now they're coming out on motorcycles. Some guys are coming out on motorcycles to lead the team onto the field. That's pretty cool. A really nice touch for Wheeling tonight. And Dave, we're hoping, you know, we're a little selfish, but we're hoping the Lions can rain on their parade tonight.
That would be what we're hoping for, of course. And one of the things was when the Lions came out, they came out to the fireworks a little bit as well. Of course, the fans wearing yellow and black were booing, but of course the big crowd over there in blue, giving it all they got, backing their boys.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to take a quick break, Dave, and we'll come back. After the player introductions, we'll come back for the national anthem, and we'll get this thing underway, and we're going to decide a champion tonight of the AAL, Dave.
Doesn't get any better than that. This is going to be a good one, folks. Stick around.
Stick around, and hey, and let's say hello to everybody at the pizza place live in Columbus. Jay Patel, the owner, the watch party there tonight. Hope you're all having a good time. And I'm going to borrow a phrase. I've done it several times this year. I'm going to borrow a phrase from the legendary Scott Miller that I've been with many a time at CSU. Grab yourself a lucky spot and don't let go of it tonight. And let's bring these Lions a championship.
This is the night, folks. A championship on the line.
We'll be back in a moment for more of the AAL championship from Wheeling, West Virginia. here at West Banco Arena in Wheeling, West Virginia. Mike Peacock with Dave Plata. Thrift Behringer's here. Our whole broadcast team. Shout out to our cameraman. Shout out to our producer, Chris Gates. Dave, as we've had some things to encounter here, especially on game day this afternoon, but I think we've overcome those, and we're about ready to get this thing started. But we also want to shout out back home to Jimbo Martin and PMB Broadcasting. They are simulcasting this game tonight on 103.7 Smooth R&B FM in Columbus. Welcome to everybody who's listening to us tonight. We wish you could be here. It's going to be a great game. And also, one more time, we're going to shout out the live watch party at the Pizza Place, downtown Columbus, and their owner, Jay Patel. We appreciate them putting on the watch party tonight back in Columbus. And we are having a good time so far here tonight, and it's about to get a lot better. Once Wheeling gets all their players announced, we're going to get this thing underway, Dave.
Yeah, and it's going to be a showdown, of course. This is the third meeting between the two teams. The Lions, of course, trying to do the tough task of beating a team 3 times in one season. Both of the games, both of the prior meetings, as we've mentioned, were tight, went down to the wire. A 2-point win for Columbus first time through. The second meeting was here in Wheeling. Lions coming to the 1-point win. Both games, the defense coming up strong at the end to hang on and post that W.
With huge plays at the end of the game. And Dave, you know, you look at it, and Blaine Espinoza, I think, has been picked off 6 times this year. 3 of those, exactly 50% of those, came against this team, and 2 of those went back for touchdowns.
Exactly. J.T. Taylor, the cornerback from Wheeling, he went to William Patterson University. He's been tough. He's got 8 interceptions on the season. Those 3 picks, the 3 of the 6 picks that, of course, that Espinoza has thrown. The thing is, he's the guy to watch for. He's been the big gun. The other guy you got to watch for coming on the defense for the Miners is a defensive end, Raymond Cutts, who went to Troy University.
Yeah, he's a Troy Trojan.
Trojan. Yeah, leading the team in the tackles in the 2 ball games that we played.
And Dave, an interesting note: the Lions have 4 picks against these Miners on the season. 5 picks against the Miners on this season. So these 2 teams have practiced some theft amongst each other this year. And, you know, a couple of those picks were huge because they were right at the end of the game, both games, and they were big ones.
They were indeed. Included a pick 6 by Kenyatta Richardson in the first contest between the 2 squads.
We're going to be quiet a moment for the invocation and the national anthem.
The officials and the fans. Bless our travels tonight after the game. And once again, Lord, keep everybody safe. And no matter who wins, Lord, we know that you are the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And at the end of the game tonight, we will give you all the praise and all the glory. In your name we pray. Amen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you remain standing, and gentlemen, remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem. Veterans and active service members of our American military may salute our flag. Performing our national anthem this evening is the mayor of Blair, Ohio, Robert Moose Dodgerel, with Summer Tolan with our American Sign Language.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Nicely done by one of the local mayors. And Dave, he's actually a mayor in Ohio. And that brought to mind, yesterday you and I had our feet on the ground in 4 different states. We started in Georgia. We landed in Pennsylvania. We drove through Ohio and ended up in West Virginia. And we've been back and forth in Ohio and West Virginia the entire time we've been here.
Yeah, we've had lovely views of the Ohio River as we've driven around. We're used to that Chattahoochee, Ohio, just a little bit bigger.
A little bigger, yeah.
And it's basically the land around here, very mountainous.
Very mountainous.
Lots of houses on the sides of hills, steep hills, like
Yes.
2,000 foot up. Very, very interesting to see for those of us living in Georgia.
Yeah, and speaking of the Ohio River, if you walk out the back door of West Banco Arena, it's about 30 yards to the back of the arena that you could jump into the Ohio River if you wanted to.
Well, I don't think you want to jump in it right now.
Most people won't.
It's moving a little swiftly right now.
Yeah, so. But it's a beautiful country up here. You know, of course, this area of West Virginia is known for mining, hence the mascot of the Wheeling Miners in this game, and a lot of industry. And we've seen towns like this in movies. And Davis, one of the first times I've been in a town like this in this kind of area. And you've got salt of the earth people that work hard and they love their teams up here.
Exactly. Kind of sounds like Columbus does in just
really
a little
does.
bit too.
It really does. A little bit different industries, but sounds a lot like it.
Same folks with same love of football too.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, these 2 games, as we talked about, these were tight ball games, and both teams have put up some pretty good stats, but the stats that really matter, I think, would be the stats that they racked up against each other.
Yes.
How did the Lions fare against the Miners and vice versa? Now you look at Blaine Espinoza. He had 2 great games here. Threw it for 263 yards and 6 touchdowns. Of course, he gave up the 3 picks. He also ran for 4 touchdowns, which is pretty solid. On the other hand, you got Darrell Clark, the 40-year-old former Penn State quarterback, old pro, really solid ball player, knows how to pick them out. He threw for 288 yards and 6 touchdowns, but he threw those 5 interceptions. But he's fleet of foot. He had a couple of pretty big runs, as I recall, in one of the games. Was run for 3 touchdowns himself. Kind of a close matchup there.
Yeah, and but the story, Dave, for both of these teams has really been on the defensive side of the football.
It has. The Lions have really put on a show against the Nailers. The Nailers is the hockey
team. Yeah.
But against the Miners, they've racked up 14 tackles for loss and 4 sacks. Meanwhile, the Miners have only had 2 tackles for loss in both games combined. The big guys for the Lions in these matchups, Drell Green, 12 tackles, had one of those 5 interceptions. McCall Yancey, 4 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks. Jacoban Ware, beware, he's had 3 tackles for loss and a sack as well. And basically what it's come down to is the Lions have come up big when they've had to. The guys to watch for, as we mentioned before, with the Miners, Raymond Cutts, the former Troy Trojan, and J.T. Taylor, the defensive back who's got those 3 interceptions.
Yes, sir. And, we'll also mention that Jakari Thomas for the Lions has a pair of picks against this Miners team as well.
Coming up big when he had to.
Well, in the last appearance here, Dave, he picked off a pass in the final minute of the game to preserve that 1-point win for Columbus.
Remember, Chikari with 9 picks leading the way for the Lions. Of course, the Lions wide receiving corps has absolutely shown, and everybody pretty much has made some sort of an appearance. I mean, Ja'Kias Cradle with 3 touchdown catches. Jacob Smith with 1, Jesse Riverio picking him up with 1, and of course Marco Lee getting a catch out of the backfield, taking it in for a touchdown, and of course we can't forget Jamar Fortson.
Yes,
Mr. Fortson, has announced that this is it. He is retiring at the end of the season. This will be his last ride, as they were calling it, on the plane. They're off. His teammates are hollering out, "Hey, last ride, last ride."
And J-Man, as they affectionately refer to him as, Dave, has just been a tremendous player. Back at Carver High School, then at Florida State, and everywhere he's been at the professional level, a lot of those years in Columbus, he has been a tremendous player, but he's also been a tremendous leader. And he's going to be missed from that standpoint, but he's not going anywhere. He made that clear yesterday, or maybe you saw earlier in the press conference. He made that clear. He's not going anywhere, but he's just not going to be playing after this year.
Well, he's been kind of a player coach. He's been working with Ja'Kias Cradle. Both Cradle and Fortson are assistant football coaches at Carver High School, winning rings.
Yes.
And why not win another ring? Tonight's a good
Why
night
not?
for it. What do you think?
We're here. We made the trip. We might as well take a trophy home with us. How about that?
If not us, then who?
Then who? That's exactly right. So teeing it up, Braden Wood. I believe the Lions won the toss, Dave, and elected to defer their choice to the second half. They were doing that, and you and I were doing what we do best. We were talking. So I didn't see exactly, but I do know that the Lions are kicking off here, and I'm going to assume that they won the toss and deferred their choice. Braden Wood back with the team after taking a week off a couple of weeks ago, that last home game. He had something going on and couldn't be there. We're glad to have him back, and he doesn't have to worry about a hanging center-hung scoreboard in this arena.
Nope.
They've got it pulled up into the rafters.
And the former Pacelli Viking has been great at placing those kickoffs exactly where he wants them.
So here we go, everybody. It's just about time, and the ball is in the air, and we're underway here at West Banco Arena. It's going to be taken by Rainius Daramola, and he's going to bring it out across the 20, and he's going to give good field position to the Miners right at the 20-yard line, and we get things underway, and the defense of the Lions will take over here and try to defend against this powerful offense for Wheeling.
Did you see the big hit on that kickoff return?
I did.
That was Cameron Bergeron. Hit him big and stopped him cold. It was a decent return for Daramola all the way to the 20-yard line. But Cam Bergeron letting them know, I'm here, folks.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dave, talking a little bit about this Miners offense, in the middle of that offensive line is their 23-year-old center, Caden Berger. We met him at the press conference, a well-spoken young man, and he's seems like a good kid from around here, and he's determined tonight. He knows who he's going against. So the play is in motion. Clark back to pass. He's looking. He's gonna be hit, and he's gonna be dropped for a loss. Did the ball come loose? It did not, but it almost did.
McCall Yancey tried for the strip there, reached that big hand in there and got his hand on the football. Clark managed to hold on, but he's dropped for a 1-yard loss.
And a great way to start the game for this Lions defense. A sack for a 1-yard loss and a very near turnover, Dave, on that first play.
Lions defense trying to make a statement from Jump Street. That's exactly what they did. As the Miners front line know they're going to have a rough night tonight.
So here we go, 2nd down and 11. And starting the play in motion is going to be Alex Coleman for the Miners. Clark looks, throws across the middle, and he throws behind Coleman, who was wide open in the middle. The linebackers, Dave, I believe, went on a blitz, and there was nobody there in the interim part of the defense, and he was wide open, but Clark threw it behind him, and it's incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
Perhaps Clark rushed a little bit on the throw. Coleman ran a great route. You're right, he was wide open. There was nobody within 5 yards of him. He had a chance for a big play, but the pass goes awry, and now we got a 3rd down and 11.
3rd and 11. Lions looking to make a statement on defense on this first possession for the Miners. 2 receivers, well, really all receivers are going to start. 3 receivers are going to start to the left, and starting in motion is going to be Coleman again for the Miners. He's going to cut through. Clark back to pass. Pressure coming. He completes it. There's a flag on the play. It's complete across the 25, and they're going to say progress got down to the Lions' 22-yard line. That's going to be short of the 1st down, but there is a flag, so let's see what this flag is for.
Daramola making the catch, and Drell Green stopping him almost immediately. It was a big pickup. But
it is going to be a penalty against the Lions. They are talking to Coach McKinney. Let's see what the call is. Illegal defense. They got DeCoven Ware for an outside rush. And so that flag is going to put the ball. That's going to replay third down, Dave, but they took the penalty and they're going to put it at the 24-yard line. That is the Miners' 24-yard line, but it's going to replay third down.
Yeah, interesting thing was they picked up another 4 or 5 yards on the play.
Okay, 2 receivers stacked to the right side, to the left side, and now going in motion also to that left side is Andre Cobb. They overloaded that left side. Pressure coming. Ball's in the air and almost picked off. A great play right there, I believe. Dave, that was Denoris Wardlow.
Wardlow with the hit on there.
He made the hit, knocked the ball up into the air, and it was almost picked off by the Lions, but nobody could get their hands there in time.
Dropped through the middle of 3 guys, but it was just like nowhere. Tyler Clark put a lot of pressure on Darrell Clark on that throw.
He got a little bump on him right as he threw the football. And that's going to bring up 4th down, so it's 4th and 6 from the 24. 2 receivers to the right and 1 receiver to the left. Coleman will start the motion. The snap. Clark back to pass. Rush up the middle. It's caught. And Coleman is loose. And he's still loose. He's going to go down about the 5-yard line. And a nice run after the catch for Alex Coleman for the Miners, and it gives them a 1st down deep in Lions territory.
Jakari Thomas was covering him, and Coleman managed to make the grab somehow and slipped away from Thomas. Thomas kept chasing him and down and finally did get him, did a touchdown-saving tackle, but the Miners are in the red zone here for the first time tonight.
So it's 1st and goal at the 5-yard line now for Wheeling, as on 4th down, they get a big play and keep their drive alive. 2 receivers to the right, a single receiver to the left. That is Cobb. He starts in motion. Flag on the play. Clark's going to get loose. He's going to get into the end zone, but let's see what the flag is for.
Yeah, he kept it on there, and then he did the cutback. McCall Yancey couldn't quite wrap him up.
Let's see if this comes back. Illegal motion against the offense, and that is going to bring that play back. So erase the touchdown. That's going to put the ball at the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from the 10.
All right, backing it up a little bit. The Lions get a little more room to work defensively. So we'll see what happens here. They got to get pressure on Clark, but they also have to be careful. They've got to stay in their lanes because Clark, with his mobility, if you kind of over pursue, he'll be able to cut back and cut through and find open space.
And those guys, when they get their hands on Clark, they need to bring him down because if he wriggles loose, he can definitely use those legs. All 3 receivers to the right. Coleman will get a run back, and now he'll go forward in motion. The snap. Clark back. Got time to throw. Looks over the middle. It's complete. Touchdown to Coleman. And so the Miners on the board first.
And the pass was tipped, by the way. It was tipped by, it looked like McCall Yancey, but he didn't get much on it. Coleman was right there for the catch.
And so the Miners take advantage of that 4th down conversion, Dave, and they get it into the end zone to take the early lead.
Yeah. The Lions did what they could as far as rushing Clark. He had all day, though. He finally was able to get the thing. Though Yancey getting his hand on it, should have done something. It turned into a little bit of a duck, but Coleman was right there.
So on this kick for the Miners will be A.J. Bowen. He's a defensive back. There's a story behind this kicking situation for the Miners. It's up, and it goes through the uprights. And it is a 7-0 game for Wheeling, with 9:17 to go in this first period. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back for the kickoff in just a moment on the Lions YouTube channel. Back here, West Banco Arena. 9:17 to go in the opening period, and with a fourth down conversion and a big play, Dave, Wheeling was able to get in the red zone, and they were able to take advantage and get on the board first here tonight.
They did what they wanted to do in this opening drive, which is obviously find the end zone and establish themselves offensively. They did a fine job on that on the fourth down play, and went from there.
And so the kick is on the ground. Smith is going to get on it, and he's going to be brought down at the 10-yard line. So it was muffed a little bit, and really good coverage by Wheeling. If Jacob Smith had picked that ball up cleanly, he had some room to run to get some good field position. But as it stands, not terribly bad. They're going to be at the 11-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for this Lions offense.
Well, he played it smart because he could have gone back and tried to pick it up and run it. He was more concerned with making sure he had possession of the ball. He managed to get 1 yard out of that. Isaiah Robinson got him before he could go very far. But let's face it, the Lions offense has been explosive. So 11-yard line, let's go to work.
All three receivers to the offensive right to start things. Blaine Espinoza under center. Now coming in motion is Ja'Kias Cradle. Little screen out to the bubble screen out to the right, and it's going to be Jacob Smith. No, I'm sorry.
No, it's
that is Jermon Fortson, who gains up to the 18-yard line. So a 7-yard gain on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Nice for J-Man, making his final appearance in a Lions uniform, taking that first play and turning it into a nice little gain.
I tell you, Dave, maybe a pick to click tonight may be Jermon Fortson in his final game. He is fired up and ready, and he wants to go out in style. All three receivers again to the left. Fortson now going to go in motion to the right. The snap, the give. Marco Lee, he's across the 20 to the 21 or 22-yard line. Make it the 23, Dave, I believe.
Yep.
And that's going to be a 1st down. That is a first down for the Lions.
That was well done. The handoff to Lee, and Lee doing what he does best. Steamroll guys, picking up 5 yards.
So the Lions mixing it up here on this opening possession.
Taking care of business, showing that they can do quick out the run. Let's see what is coming up next, coming out of the trick bag from offensive coordinator Pierre Coffey.
Jacob Smith will start in motion. He gets his run, the snap. And there's a whistle and a flag, and this is going to be a false start on someone.
We will see who. Nice little out there to Cradle. Cradle making a catch pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
That was on Jermon Fortson, who moved a little early.
Second penalty on the Lions here in the first quarter.
That moves it back to the 18-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 15. And Fortson is going to go out. And real quick, everybody, if you're looking at your screen, you see number 12 go. That is not Todd Simmons. Todd Simmons is not with the team tonight. Jesse Riverio is wearing number 12 tonight instead of his usual number 13.
Yeah, it helps to pack your uniform in the bag. Stuff happens sometimes. The Riverio there, he's done a lot of damage, of course, to the Miners.
Two receivers stacked to the right. Cradle in motion. Espinoza back. He's running out of time. He's across the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be – there's got to be either a horse collar or a face mask there as Blaine Espinoza went down, but there's no flag, and they're shaking their heads. Dave, it was either the neck of the jersey or the face mask. I'm not sure which, and I thought both of those were against the rules, but maybe not.
Yeah, well, he managed to pick up a yard on the play. Kind of got slung down there by Raymond Cutts.
So that's going to bring up 2nd down now and about 14 for the Lions.
Espinoza did well to get anything out of that one.
Yes, he did. He had plenty of time, but when he ran out of time, boy, the pressure was there, and he just couldn't get away. If there's one knock on Blaine Espinoza, sometimes, Dave, he sits a little too long looking for somebody and does away with his daylight. The snap. And here's another flag, and that is a whistle. It's going to blow the play dead.
Everybody's pointing at everybody. It's like that meme with all the Spider-Men pointing at each other. Somebody jumped. I saw somebody's foot move.
And that's going to go against the Lions again. And all the Lions players were saying that it was an offside against the Miners. But the officials say no, it was a false start. Second one on this drive. And It's going to be second down now and right at 20 yards.
Yeah.
Maybe a little over 20 yards.
Yeah, you can't afford to give away yardage in a game like this one. The Lions had one game where they committed a lot of penalties and managed to overcome it for the victory.
That's one reason, Dave, that both of these games have been as close as they have is penalties and not a clean played game. Riverio starts the play in motion. Espinoza back. He's running out of time. He lays it over the middle, wide open. And it's Jacob Smith, and he's got a first down for the Lions down at the 15-yard line. What a play, and what a save by Blaine Espinoza right there.
Espinoza doing a great job going through his progressions, looking, had time, ran out of time. There's Jacob Smith where he's supposed to be in the middle, finding some open space, and there you got to pick up at 21 yards.
Well, Dave, when you see your quarterback in trouble, you do what you can to help him out as a receiver. And Jacob Smith did his job, as you said. And that's a big first down for Columbus.
That is huge. Hello, we're here.
Two receivers to the right. Cradle will start in motion. Jacob Smith is to the left. Riverio over there to the right. The snap. Espinoza back. Quick throw over the middle. Almost picked off. That should have been intended for Jacob Smith, but he never got his head around, Dave. And that almost ended up being a pick.
Yeah, that was very close. That would have been, I can't see who that was. Was that JT? It looked like JT Taylor.
I believe it was. But Jacob Smith was open on a slant going across the middle. If he catches the football, he had some room to run.
Yeah.
But he didn't see the football in time. It got past him, and thankfully it hit the ground before JT Smith got his hands on it.
Yeah, it was a low line drive throw.
Two receivers to the right, including Cradle, who will start in motion. Smith to the left. The snap. Espinoza back. Pressure coming from behind. Now pressure coming from the front, and he gets hit right as he throws, and a dying duck hits the turf, and that brings up third down now and 10 from the 15.
Brandon Munoz coming up with a hit on Espinoza just as he was delivering the pass. Espinoza forced out of the pocket, forced to go to his right. A good rush from the backside of the play from the left side of the Columbus line, coming around to force Espinoza into that play.
The Lions can get a first down at the 5-yard line. And they're going to need a couple of good plays here in this possession to get on the board. Jacob Smith to the right. Jesse Riverio wide to the left. Jakias Cradle will start in motion. Marco Lee to the left of Blaine Espinoza. Quick throw. Too high. Intended for Riverio on the quick slant.
Yeah,
it's going to be fourth down.
It was at his hands. Unfortunately, it's about 3 feet too high.
Yep.
It would have been right down the middle. Riverio was ready for it, but there's only so much he could do on that.
Yeah, throw kind of sailed on him a little bit. Got out of bounds over there, and a fan has a souvenir to take home. As the ball went into the crowd, it was a nice catch by the fan over there in the front row.
Well, these fans can catch,
Yep.
here and in Columbus. McQuell Harvey has just checked into the game. We'll see. He'll probably be lining up alongside Espinoza here.
He's at center, I believe.
Replacing Jalome Mathis Ellis.
All right, two receivers to the right, a single receiver to the left. Fourth down and 10. This is a big play in this first quarter. Espinoza back to pass. Pressure coming over the middle and incomplete. The ball gets off the hands of Jakias Cradle, and good defense from the Miners right there as they were able to jar the ball loose. Right as he caught the football, he was hit. The ball jarred loose, and it's going to go over on downs to the Miners.
Yeah, Myron Mounds coming up with the hit on it to force the incompletion. So the Lions turn the ball over on downs on their first possession.
So we're going to take a break. We'll come back in just a moment to this AAL championship game live from Westbanco Arena.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Back here at West Banco Arena, Wheeling, West Virginia, it's Wheeling Miners 7, Columbus Lions nothing. We are still in the first quarter, and there is 2:24 to go in this opening period. The Miners with that 7-0 lead. And Dave, Columbus offense showed some spurts of some good stuff, and it looks like we might have had a challenge. Hang on just a second. Let's hang on to our hats here for a moment.
Oh, did we have a Gary Bruce challenge here?
I think we did during the timeout.
Well,
Something about the defense, and it looks like
there was a challenge by Columbus, and there was a illegal defense. Number 5 on the defense got lower than 3 yards. That's a 5-yard penalty. We're going to replay 4th down.
so. That's a break. That is a big break for the Lions, as they will get another chance on 4th down here as an illegal defense. A great challenge by the Lions coaching staff, and that challenge is won. And another chance at
second time's the charm, perhaps.
4th down. That's going to move it up to the 10-yard line.
So, yeah, new life here. Suddenly.
And the chain crew can't get this figured out. So it's going to be 4th down from the 10. And that's going to be 4th and.
Yeah, the chain crew is still trying to work it out. The down marker's still on the 15. It's like, no.
It should be at the 10. It should be 4th and 5 here. It was 4th and 10 before. So there they go. They finally get that adjusted. And so here we go. We're ready now. So a little do-over here early for the Lions. Let's see if they can take advantage and keep this drive alive. They can get a 1st down at the 5-yard line. They need at least 5, but they're looking for the end zone here, Dave.
Well, you don't want to stop short. Getting the 1st would be fine, but they really want the 6 right now.
Riverio to the right. He's going to be joined in motion now by Jacob Smith. Cradle to the left. Espinoza looking. Quick throw. Cradle complete, and he's going to be banged into the boards almost immediately. And that's going to take the ball back over to the Miners again.
I don't know how he hung on to that thing. He got hit immediately, and it looked like he was going to cough it up. He managed to hang on to it, but a 1-yard gain doesn't quite do it.
So it's going to be at the 9-yard line, and that's where Wheeling is going to start with their next offensive possession.
Yeah, that offensive possession by the Lions, the penalties did not help. They managed to overcome that, but once they got into Miners territory, the offense just couldn't quite click.
So under 2 minutes now as we tick down to about 1:45 by the time this ball is snapped. Coleman's going to start in motion for the Miners. Rainius Daramola is going to be wide to the left, and to the right is going to be Andre Cobb. Pressure, throwing deep. And that is going to be caught by a fan over there on the first row, a Lions fan, by the way.
Somebody wearing blue making a very nice catch. Darrell Clark pressured. 3 Lions hit him just as he threw. He managed to get it away before contact, but the Lions put heavy pressure on Clark.
Yeah, they were looking to throw a strike on that 1st down after the turnover on downs. And the Lions had it defended well, and they got great pressure on Clark, and it's 2nd down and 10 from the 9-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. One of those will start in motion, and that is Daramola. Clark back. He's looking. He's got pressure, and wide open over the middle is Daramola. He gets loose at midfield, takes a huge hit. That was Drell Green with the big hit. But they're into Lions territory at the 21-yard line with a 1st down.
He had a lot of real estate around him. He got there into the middle of the field, around midfield, and right in the middle of the logo, the championship game logo. Wide open, nobody close. Green closed the gap pretty quickly, but still a big gain for the Miners.
2 receivers to the right, and one of those is Coleman, who will start in motion. The snap, Clark back. And pressure on Clark. He throws downfield, almost picked off Bergeron almost got his first pick as a Lion.
He leaped, and at the top, at the apex of his leap, it hit his fingertips. He could not quite bring it in.
And that's the end of the first quarter. It is Wheeling 7, Columbus nothing in this AAL Championship game 2026. We'll be back in a moment for quarter number 2. And we're back here at West Banco Arena.
Love to see that,
Thank you, Thrift.
Wow, love to see those fans.
They're getting fired up over there. They're trying to stay behind this team, and they got to get behind this defense one more time. They're in Lions territory at the 21-yard line.
This is where the Lions defense usually tries to make some sort of a statement here. A turnover would be huge. A stop or turnover.
And it would be a godsend right now, too, Dave, because right now the guys in white jerseys have the momentum.
They do indeed. They played their kind of game, and they've done a nice job at it. Their defense came up big when it had to, and the offense did manage to put in the end zone first time through.
And we got to give credit where credit's due. A great crowd here for Wheeling tonight, and they're having a good time. 2 receivers to the left. Coleman starts in motion. Clark back to pass. Pressure coming. He lays it up in the air, and it's caught. And that is
Daramola. That was Daramola.
Daramola with a great catch down there. Clark just threw a pop fly down there, Dave, and Daramola happened to be the one to come down with it.
He was in the grasp with the COVID Ware. Ware almost had him down, and he managed to throw it somehow. But, again, this is a veteran quarterback you're talking about. Big play there, pick up a 15 yards.
And they're at the 6-yard line, so they're threatening again. Now, you got to remember, Dave, 2 different times in the first meeting here at West Banco Arena in the regular season, the Miners led by 14 points twice in that game.
That's true, and the Lions came back both times.
So Clark looking to run this time. He gets out to the outside. He gets inside the 5, and then he is hammered.
Yeah, McQuell Harvey.
That was McQuell Harvey with the big hit on Clark over there at the sideline, and he did not want that truck to hit him, I'm going to tell you.
No, he thumped him pretty good and landed on top of him. But that's the danger of Clark. He is very mobile, and he managed to slip the grass for 2 or 3 tackles.
And they're going to take Clark out for a moment right here, give him a minute to get over that stun that McQuell Harvey put on him. And in at quarterback is going to be Khalil Trotman, a Morgan State product. It is 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Coleman. And going down for a big loss all the way back. They're going to mark him, and that is a generous. And now there's going to be a penalty on DeCoven Ware.
Ware wasn't going to let Trotman get loose, but his reaction to the mark, you can't do that.
Well, it's a bad spot.
Yeah.
It was a very, very generous spot. The first time he made contact with him was around the 7. He did not stop progress until they were at least the 10-yard line, and they were marking it at the 7 where they first made a touch on him, and that's just a bad spot.
Yeah, the problem is for Ware is you've got to maintain, you've got to keep your emotions in check. Let the coaches do the arguing with that.
Correct.
And it was a great play by Ware, but instead it's a first down.
Yeah, an automatic first down.
4 fresh downs now.
And they're at the 4-yard line. All 3 receivers stacked over to the right side. They've got the big man in the backfield. And they're going to give, coming around. And he's got his legs cut. Let's see, who is that on the ground?
Daramola.
That is Bergeron.
Well,
Bergeron with a huge tackle there, Dave, as
Yeah.
he cut the legs out of Daramola.
Yeah, Daramola on the end around.
And there is another flag on the play. And this time, I believe it is against the Miners. Illegal formation.
Another illegal formation from Wheeling.
So that's going to put him back a little bit more room now. That's going to put him back at basically the 9-yard line. Maybe just a tad inside the 9-yard line. And it's going to be a repeat of first down. But what a nice play by Bergeron there. Just absolutely took the legs from under Daramola.
Did a wonderful job on that.
2 receivers to the left. A single receiver, which is Coleman, to the right. And now a timeout is going to be called by Coach McKinney, as they didn't have their personnel in the right spot there. So we'll take a quick timeout as well. We'll be back here in just a moment for the AAL championship game.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Visions Morning Show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Visions Morning Show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Visions Morning Show, and download the Sports Visions radio app right now in your app store today.
Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
Back here at West Banco Arena, the Miners first down and goal from, we're going to call it the 8. The snap, Clark back in. He's got time. He looks over the middle, and he throws that one away as everybody was covered. And he made the smart play right there to get rid of the football before a blue jersey got hold of him. And it's going to bring up second down now and goal from the 8.
He really whistled that one to make sure that Drell Green wouldn't be able to chase that thing down. Drell was the closest to it, but that he put everything he had into that one. Tried to throw it through the concrete.
Yes, he did.
But you're right. That was the smart play. There wasn't anybody in white, so throw it so nobody can get it.
Coleman and Daramola are going to be to the left, and Andre Cobb is going to come in motion also to the left. All 3 receivers packing that zone. Ball is complete, and immediately brought down is Coleman. He caught the ball about the 6-yard line, and that's going to bring up third down and goal from the 6. A nice play by Drell Green.
Yeah, Drell was all over that thing. Stopped it cold. They did manage to pick up a couple of yards, but that could have been a lot worse.
So third down and 6, or third down and goal from the 6 for Wheeling.
Time for the defense to step up once again.
The ball is on the left hash, and Cobb will start the play in motion. The other 2 receivers are stacked to the right side. He's going to go in motion to the right side. They're going to overload that side again. Clark looks, throws high and incomplete. That's going to bring up fourth down.
Again, under a lot of pressure and great coverage.
Really good coverage.
The DBs were all over the Miners. There was nobody open at all. And Clark almost chucked it into the stands up high in the end zone. He did the smart throw, but the Lions are taking care of business here one more time here.
So let's see. This Lions defense needs to come up big here if they can on fourth down.
They need some momentum here.
Miners are, Dave, so far they're 1 for 1 on fourth down conversions. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So Clark is under center. He's got his protector to his right, and all 3 receivers are going to start to the left side. And now Cobb is going to start to the right, left, and come back to the right. They've overloaded that zone. He's hit as he throws, but wide open for a touchdown. A busted coverage right there by the Lions. And Clark got hammered as he threw the football, but he delivered a strike for the touchdown.
Yeah, he got planted into the turf, but Daramola was wide open for that one.
And, you know, the guys in blue were there, but somehow Daramola got away and got open, and Clark threw a strike just as he was being hit and hit hard.
Big hit, a clean big hit, too. The ref was right there, no flags flying, and it did shake Clark up a little bit.
Bowen on for the kick. It is up and it is good. So the defensive back handling the kicking here for the Miners and doing a good job. He's 2 for 2 on extra points. And it's 14-0 Wheeling here in this second quarter with 9:02 to go. We'll take a break and we'll come back for the kickoff in just a moment.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Visions Morning Show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Visions Morning Show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Visions Morning Show, and download the Sports Visions radio app right now in your app store today.
Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
A.J. Bowen has it teed up. Oh, actually, that is going to be Alex Coleman that is going to handle the kickoff duties this time for the Miners. He punches it up. It's going to be caught by Jacob Smith about the 7-yard line. Got a little room. Cuts it to the outside. Picks up a block. He's down the sideline, and now there's all kind of flags on the play. And that's probably, Dave, going to go against the blue shirts there.
Yeah, from the placement of the flag, it looks like it's going to be a clip of
illegal block of some kind.
Yeah. A clip back in the day. That was dangerous by the Miners putting it up there where Smith could get a little bit of running room. It was a nice return. The Miners did a pretty good job to bring him down near midfield.
And that was a holding call behind the play there. And that wipes out a pretty good return from Jacob Smith and puts the Lions in business at the 10-yard line.
You hate to see those calls when they're not, when it's behind the play and has no impact on the return for somebody to do a hold. That hurts. Another penalty on the Lions.
Yes, and they are mounting here tonight, and that's one of the things that the Lions coaching staff emphasized. They've got to play a cleaner game, and so far it has not been a clean game from the penalty standpoint. Smith starts in motion. The pass complete, and that is Fortson, and he gets hit twice along the boards. He's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He's going to gain about 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and 3.
Nice play. The Lions lately have been doing a lot with having the motion man on the opposite side to do a quick out, draw the defense away, then the quick out and let the downfield blocking take care of business. And the downfield blocking for the wide receivers this year has been stellar.
All 3 receivers are to the left. Now coming in motion to the right is Cradle. The give, Marco Lee. He's going to gain a yard up to the 28. It's going to be 3rd and 2 as he was grabbed. I didn't see the player who grabbed him.
Theo Dessois, the nose tackle, I'm not sure if he's lined up at nose or if he's on one of the ends. But Theo Dessois, big guy, 6'2", 275 from Seton Hill, did a good job of bringing Lee down, holding him down to a 1-yard gain.
Well, he had a good angle on him as he came from Lee's right side and got him in the grasp and brought him down after a gain of only a yard.
Yeah, got a hold of him over the shoulder pads, illegally, of course, and then brought him down.
All right, all 3 receivers are going to be to the right this time, and Fortson will start in motion. He gets the run, the snap, quick throw to Jacob Smith, and that ball was never completed, and that's going to bring up 4th down. And that's a great call by the official. Jacob Smith never had the football and let it get away from him.
Yeah, he juggled it there. I thought for a second he had it. He moved forward, but he never quite got his hands around the football.
And they're going to challenge this to see if he had possession. He never had possession.
No, it was juggling back and forth. You have to be able to make a football move after establishing possession. He made the football move, never had the possession part.
So the challenge flag is on the field. Another Gary Bruce challenge.
Yeah, the Lions need to get something going on offense. Things have just not clicked tonight.
They are challenging, Dave. They're not challenging possession. They're challenging whether or not the pass was forward. And if that was a loose ball and it was not a forward pass, then it's going to be Miners football because that was a live ball. So we'll see what they rule here after the challenge.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a forward pass because Smith only took one step backward and Espinoza had taken backpedal 2 or 3 steps. But they're going to have to double check this one just to make sure. Not a bad decision by the Miners to do a challenge on this play.
No, not at all. And it is a wise choice to go ahead and spend a challenge on this particular play, but I think they're going to lose this one because I'm like you. Blaine Espinoza took a 2 or 3 step drop, and he threw the ball forward toward the line of scrimmage to Smith, and looks like it is going to be an incomplete pass.
Yeah. Okay, so they lose a timeout,
and they've only got one left here in this first half. There's 6:43 left in this first half.
Well, first half timeouts are not as quite a big a deal as the second half timeouts. So, again, you can't criticize the decision by the Miners to go for it. You got to give it a shot because the upside on it was pretty high. So now the offense, the Lions offense, trying to get something going, trying to get a little bit of spark.
It's 4th and 2, Dave, and they really need something to happen good here on this play. Because if they turn the ball over on downs, they give Wheeling really good field position in Lions territory. Smith in motion. Espinoza back. He's looking. Throws deep. It is. Oh. He did not catch it.
No.
He did not hold on to the football. Espinoza threw that one on his hands, but right at the boards, and he hit the boards as his hands touched the football, and he was not able to hold it. So the ball goes over on down.
Jacob Smith did his best on that one. The pass was thrown a little bit over too far toward the sideline, and as he went up, he hit the boards with his knees. The fans were there trying to catch him and trying to help him.
Well, and some of them may have been trying to catch the football as well. And he didn't have a whole lot of room to go over the boards there. But that's going to go over to Wheeling. And, boy, Dave, the Lions can't do anything right now to get momentum on their side of the ball.
Yeah, the offense that has been so explosive and so good all season long, sputtering a little bit here, trying to find things. And now the defense is going to have to step up.
Clock running down towards 6 minutes left in this first half. The snap, Clark back to pass, pressure coming. He's in the grasp and he gets away again. He's hit hard inside the 15 at the 13-yard line, and he's getting up slowly again. And Dave, as a 40-year-old guy, those hits have got to feel pretty bad tonight because he's been hit hard about 4 times now.
Yeah, Terrell Green and Jacobin Ware were there for the tackle. He managed to slip past. There was an an ankle tackle. I think that was Tyler Clark that reached out and just could not quite get a hold of him.
So the gain is down to the 12-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, pickup of 6 yards on that one.
2 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left over here to the short side. Coleman gets the run to start. The give to the fullback. He's going to be met at the 11-yard line, and then he's going to be slammed backwards by McCall Yancey.
Yancey doing a nice job. He's catching up to Andy Plowden to keep him from doing anything at all. Well, okay, picked up about 1.5 yards on that.
Yeah, they get it. We're going to call it the 11. It is actually just inside the 11-yard line. We're going to keep it at the 11. It's closer to the 11 than it is the 10.
Yeah, I think technically you have to actually get to the yard line to get that yard line. So we're calling that. So the 11 is the right call, but that just makes it a short 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 2.
Clark under center, all 3 receivers to the left. Now coming in motion. Clark's going to keep it. He's going to get inside the 10, and he's going to be hit hard again, and he's going to be wrestled down, and it's going to be a first down. Well, hang on. Let's see where they spot this football.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is that came out onto the field, Dave, but there's a white material.
Might have been a mouthpiece.
Came out of something.
Yeah. Cameron Bergeron drilled him hard. I mean, he really gave him a good pop. And whether it was a mouthpiece or something, but it broke whatever it was.
And Clark's going to come out of the game again. And coming in, once again, will be Khalil Trotman. So they are short. It's going to be 4th and 1. The ball, the nose of the football, the back end of the football, I should say, is on the 9-yard line. They've got to get to the 8 to get a first down. And now time is called. Let's see. And it looks like the white material. Okay, no, it's just an equipment issue. They got to cover up the back pad of Bergeron. It looked like his back pad might have been exposed, and they had to get that covered up. So not a full timeout.
They got to do it one more time. They managed to make the big hit and keep it from getting the first. But this is a short 1 yard.
4th and a short 1. And the big fullback, Andy Plowden, is going to get the push on Khalil Trotman, and that's going to be a first down. He's still on his feet, but they're finally going to say that. And now another flag.
That's going to be on Ware.
And here's another flag. That's going to be on Wheeling.
Yeah, Trotman was hit, and the whistle blew, and Ware continued to push. And I think he may have gone to the face mask on it, but that's when the flag flew.
Yeah, the hand went up through and knocked his helmet off. I'm not sure that was intentional.
After the play was over, personal foul, hands to the face, number 16 of the defense.
And no flags on Wheeling.
And they picked up the unsportsmanlike on Wheeling. The official in the back there threw the flag against the Wheeling player, and they just picked that one up and let it go. And now it's going to be 1st and goal from the 4.
Yeah, they marked it down at the 7, or the 7. It looks like it should be a half the distance penalty.
So 1st and goal for Wheeling. Once again, they have had momentum this entire first half as we tick down toward 3.5 minutes in the half. Coleman in motion. And he's going to be met at the 5, and that's going to be a tackle for a loss.
That was DeCoven Ware stopping the play before it starts.
And DeAndre Brown was there as well. So a loss of about a yard, Dave, is going to make it 2nd goal from the 5.
Yeah, Ware did a wonderful job of hitting Clark, stopping him cold, and getting support there from DeAndre Brown, who helped push Clark back and keep the play from developing into anything else.
So Clark back in at quarterback. Single receiver to the left, 2 receivers to the right, including Coleman, who will start in motion. Clark under center. Ball at the 5-yard line. The snap, the pitch, and it's going to be a big loss to the big man. Let's see where they're going to mark this. And they're only going to mark it, Dave, at the 8-yard line. That's still a 3-yard loss. But they're going to say progress stopped there.
Yeah, big Deshaun Johnson. He's 6'4", 315. They put him in at fullback. He and Andy Plowden split fullback duties. The big guy got hit and just driven backwards.
And so this is good. Couple of plays and backward yardage both times. They've lost a total of 4 yards so far in these 2 plays. And it's 3rd and goal from the 8.
Got to do it twice more.
Two receivers to the left, stacked together. Now coming in motion also to the left is the third receiver. Clark back. He looks. He's getting away from pressure. He throws over in the corner, almost picked off. A great job over there by Denoris Wardlow to knock that one away, and it's 4th and goal.
Yeah, Dino denying that pass. He got in front. It was good. It was good defense actually by Wheeling, because Wardlow could have pulled that thing in, but he got hit as the ball touched his hands. You know how it is sometimes a wide receiver in a battle like that, they have to turn around and be the DB instead.
And I think that was Andre Cobb who was playing defensive back there and kept Dino Wardlow from holding on to that football.
Well, now we got a 4th down.
So here we go again. 4th down again for the Wheeling Miners. They are 2 for 2 on 4th downs.
The Lions looking to step up here, make the big play.
So 2 receivers to the right, including Coleman, who will go in motion. And down here is Daramola by himself to the left side. Clark being chased. He gets to the sideline. He throws back, picked off in the end zone, and Bergeron's going to go down. A big play for the Lions.
Cameron Bergeron coming up big. Tyler Clark had Daryl Clark on the run. Clark had to throw the ball away, and there he was, Cameron Bergeron making the pick in the end zone. He knew there was no way he was going to be able to pick up any yardage, so he did the smart thing and took a knee. Now it moves it out to the 5, but his chance of making a big gain was negligible. So great play by Bergeron.
Dave, there was a flag on the play, but it was a procedure penalty against the offense. That is declined, and the ball's going to go over to the Lions. So we're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be back in a moment to this AAL championship game in West Banco Arena in Wheeling, West Virginia.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
And we are back here at West Banco Arena, and we're looking live at the pizza place in downtown Columbus, the watch party, and a great support down there and thanks for everybody coming out. And thanks to Jay Patel, the owner of the pizza place downtown, for putting on the watch party there at home tonight. And also remember, folks, if you can't watch us, you can listen to us tonight on 103.7 Smooth R&B, thanks to PMB Broadcasting and Jimbo Martin. Espinoza back to pass, looks, throws, complete to Cradle. He's across midfield and out of bounds to stop the clock. A great job by Cradle right there. A smart play, Dave, as he reached the ball across the boards and got the out of bounds call to stop the clock.
Exactly. Well, Cradle's been paying attention. Remember, Chakias is a coach at Carver High School, and J-Man has been working with him too. Chakias doing the smart thing. Big play, big gain, 21 yards. So, and it's a gold football now.
It is the gold football, which means, folks, if the Lions can score right here, they can get double points. So the touchdown will be 12 points. Fortson is to the right. He will start the play in motion, and he's going to go to the left and join the other 2 receivers. The snap. Espinoza back. Pressure coming. Throws downfield. Almost picked off. And here's a flag on the play, and that's going to be a roughing the passer call against Wheeling.
Yeah, Brandon Munoz hit him a little bit late. Lions getting a break on that one. That pass almost picked off. I mean, it was a good play on defense. Espinoza on the run had to go to his right side. It wasn't a bad pass. It's just the jump, almost a near jump, a route jump there by who else? JT Taylor.
So that's going to put the ball at the 14-yard line, 1st and goal for the Lions. There are 47 seconds left in this first half.
We'll take that First Bank first down right now.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed.
So this is what the gold football is designed for. If you're just joining us this year and maybe watching for the first time, in the AAL, if you are trailing by 14 points or by 2 touchdowns, you can employ the gold football. If you score, it's double points.
And you can do it once every half.
The snap, quick throw, Cradle lets that one get through his hands, and we don't say that very often.
No.
Ja'Kias Cradle just took his eyes off that one, let it get through his hands.
You got to catch it before you take off. And he got a little bit excited because there was some room there. He had a shot at maybe taking it to the house. But you got to finish the play. You got to bring it in and then get going.
So back to the 14-yard line where it is 1st and 10. The Lions can get a first down inside the 5 at the 4.
This is huge now. The Lions need momentum, and using the gold football to get momentum. And remember, they get the kickoff, too, in the second half.
Jacob Smith is wide to the right. He's going to be joined now in motion by Jermon Fortson. Espinoza looks back. Cradle complete. Picks up a block. Gets down to about the 10-yard line, and there's going to have to be a timeout. And quickly, they do call timeout with 39 seconds left when progress is stopped. They're going to mark him, I believe, at the 11. So that play kind of went a little too fast, Dave, for the blocking to
develop
on that left side over there. And he wasn't able to pick up the block with the right timing, or that could have gone a lot further.
Well, Espinoza was being pressured a little bit, too. He had to get it over there. One thing that the Lions, again, they've been doing this a lot, is having the motion man go to one side and then throw into the other, trying to draw the defense to one side and opening up a little bit of room, because with the speed of the Lions wide receivers, getting them working in space, you get some work done. Let's see. We gotta see here what Pierre Coffey comes up with. What kind of play call? So he's done a fine job all year.
It's 3rd down from the 11. 3rd and 7 from the 11-yard line. There are 39 seconds exactly left in this first half. Espinoza under center. He's got 2 receivers to the right, including Cradle, who will start in motion. The snap. Espinoza's got time. He looks into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions! Touchdown, Lions! Jacob Smith with the catch. And they just like that, they've drawn this to a 14-12 game.
How about that? Jacob Smith was all alone. He was pretty much the only one in his entire area code. In the corner, Espinoza spotted him, threw a dime to him, and there you go, a 12-point touchdown.
And Braden Wood will come on for the extra point. And Dave, if I remember correctly, they do not get the double point on the extra point. It'll make it 14-13, but that's a whole lot better than 14-0.
I'm not sure. They may get a double point on the extra point
We'll
kick.
see.
If you run it in, if you ran a 2-point conversion, you only get to 2, though.
The snap, the hold, the kick is tipped at the line, and it was good. It went through anyway.
Yeah.
So that's going to tie the game. They do get 2 points for that kick. Somebody got a hand on it, but it went through the uprights anyway, and it is 14 apiece. What a comeback, and what a great use of the gold football.
Yeah, the Lions have been kind of victimized by the gold football twice this season. This time they get to use it to their advantage. A beautiful play, Espinoza to Smith, wide open touchdown, and Braden Wood doing what he's done so well since he's joined the club midway through the season. The former Pacelli star, the former Montevallo soccer player, taking care of business on the extra point. Wood now 22-29 on the season. So there we go.
So just like that, the Lions get some momentum back. Now they have left almost 30 seconds on the clock for Wheeling. So they cannot relax just yet.
Oh, no, not at all. The defense has got to step up. This is a point where Wood and his ability to place his kickoffs can come in really big.
I'm going to borrow some Larry Munson here, and I'm going to do my best imitation. They can't relax. The half is not over. It is not over. I heard him say that many a time when I listened to some Georgia games, and he thought that the Georgia fans and the Georgia faithful were getting a little ahead of themselves, and the Lions can't afford to do that here. They've got to cover this kickoff well, and then they've got to play defense for those last remaining seconds of this half.
Yeah, the interesting part is Durham is not setting up at the goal line. He's setting up at the 5. Remember, Wood's got a good leg. He can put in the end zone on the fly. The question is, he's kicking the goal. Let's see.
They're kicking the golden ball, which they usually don't. Now, are they gonna try? Is he gonna try to put it through the uprights
He
here?
may be going for the deuce here, which would be worth 4. And
a great kick. The ball is loose on the turf, and it's covered well by the Lions. Now it's loose in the end zone, and that's going to be a safety. That's a safety. Unbelievable.
And
if it's the golden football, so is that 4 points?
No, it's a defensive touchdown, so it won't be double
Yeah,
points.
I know. Yeah, I think you're correct. Now they're arguing for it.
Well, you got to argue for it. It's not going to work. But Daramola trying to get cute with it. He got trapped down to the 5-yard line. He tried to do a pitch back to. I did not see who was back in the end zone, but the pitch was horrible. Bounced off the wall there. The fact that the Miners were able to maintain possession was pretty good. I mean, that was pretty lucky.
I think it might have been Cobb who was back there that he tried to lateral to. And now the Lions owner, Roger Beck, is over there imploring those fans in blue to get on their feet and make noise. And look, Dave, the thing about this is the Lions get the ball back with some time on the clock because now Wheeling has to kick to the Lions.
It's amazing how things can turn on a dime. The Columbus Lions using the gold football, tying the game up, and then the Miners, and then going for the Rouge, which would be 2, would be worth 4. Braden Wood wasn't able to put it through the uprights, but it was a awfully good kick, taking that bounce in the end zone and trapping the Miners, who trapped themselves into giving up 2 points.
So now the Miners, who had every bit of momentum for 29 minutes of this first half, now trail 16-14, and they've got to give the ball back to the Lions.
Oh, and who gets the second half kickoff?
The Lions get the second half kickoff.
So if the Lions can do something in this last 24 seconds, they'll have taken the lead and get the ball back. But they got to
Might we see the opportunity for the first field goal all year long for the Columbus Lions?
And can we see the chance for Braden Wood to be the guy? Yeah.
So here comes the kick. And I believe this is Cobb again that's going to handle that kick. I can't quite see that number.
Yeah.
It might be
Coleman. Coleman kicked the last one.
It could be Myron Mounds. Let's see. I think it's Myron Mounds, number 9.
Yeah.
Who is going to take this kick here. So they're mixing it up with their kickoffs tonight.
Yeah, there was talk that Mounds might do the kickoff duties.
So he boots it away. It's going to be taken. And that's out of bounds. It's on top of the board, so it's out of bounds.
Yeah, it was ruled out of bounds. Close. Now, do they have a timeout? Because if they don't, I don't know if they can throw a challenge flag. I would expect Wheeling to challenge this one. It may have been touched by a fan.
Well, it was touched by a Lions receiver on top of the boards, and then he was hit. So if he had possession, if he pinned the ball against the top of the boards and then was hit, that should have been out of bounds.
But we're going to have to see what the call is going to be here as the
it should not be a turnover.
Shouldn't be.
No.
They're calling it a recovered fumble.
They are calling it a recovered fumble. But, Dave, I think they're going to have to challenge that, and they're going to have to look at this because it was pinned to the top of the boards by, I believe, Jacob Smith.
Yes.
He had his hand on top of the ball when it was on the boards, and then he was hit, and the ball came loose. So if he has on top of the boards with his hand on the football and then he is contacted by a defensive player, that should constitute him being out of bounds, and that should kill the play.
Logically,
if I understand it correctly. And they're going to see if it was touched by a fan. I know it was touched by a Lion. I'm not sure if it was touched by a fan.
I think it was. That's the whole thing.
And I see a young man over there who is not looking too good with the expression on his face who might have touched that football.
I grew up a Chicago Cubs fan, so I know about fans
You know
touching
about
baseball.
that.
Yeah, I know all about that.
This would be a tough break for the Lions here if this remains a turnover.
Because the kick itself was not very good, and they weren't even going for that. They were just trying to kick it away.
Well, quite honestly, Dave, the kick never should have hit the turf. It should have been fielded by a Lion, and it just wasn't. They let it hit the turf, and you know how a football can do crazy things when it hits the ground.
Yeah, anything can happen. It's an oblate spirit, as they say, and they take crazy bounces. This game's got enough twists and turns, hasn't it?
It really has, especially in this last minute. Unbelievable.
So everybody holds their breath, wait to see what the call will be on this one.
So the officials are out now. They have reviewed it.
It's a wheeling ball.
It is wheeling ball. So it's going to remain a turnover. And Wheeling is going to have the football with 24.6 seconds left at the 17-yard line. So now momentum had jumped over to the Columbus side, and now they've got to use that momentum on the defensive side. Two receivers to the left. One of those is Coleman. He's going to start in motion. The snap. Clark is going to keep it. Flag on the play. And he's going to get loose, and he's going to get in the end zone. Let's see what the flag is.
Yes. The flag on this 14-yard line, it might be a hold.
It's going to be illegal defense against the Lions, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Miners on the keeper by Clark. So just like that, the tide turns back. But in this game, you still got 17.7 seconds left.
Yeah.
Now, some of that's going to run off. I think they're going to start the clock here in just a second on this extra point. I don't know. Maybe in the last minute. Under a minute, it does not keep running.
It does not run, no.
So back in, once again, is A.J. Bowen, and he's going to try to go 3 for 3 on extra points here in this game. He's a defensive back. The snap, the kick is no good, and it's going to stay 20-16. So he got his first miss there.
What a strange turn of events.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, but Darrell Clark showing why he's so dangerous with his feet. He's able to escape. And again, over pursuit. When you over pursue and leave your zone sometimes, that leaves lanes open for runners to get through. So the Lions have the lead briefly.
Yeah.
But it's a 4-point deficit now, and that's a whole different
And
ballgame.
the half is not over.
This is also true.
We have seen a kick return for a touchdown this year.
By Jacob Smith.
And we have also seen some heroics on some really long plays. So a good return right here and enough time on the clock, we might see that field goal, Dave.
Yes, it could happen. Now, do you think that the Lions will be a little more aggressive in fielding the kick?
Definitely. And Mounds is going to handle the kick one more time.
Why not? It worked out the last time.
Riverio is at the 20-yard line, and at the 10 is Jacob Smith. Jermon Fortson up about the 23-yard line of Wheeling.
All three have to be prepared.
And a pop-up kick again. It's going to be fielded by Riverio, and he's going to go down quickly, and the clock is going to stop. 2 seconds go off the clock. As Riverio never had his feet under him, and Jacob Smith kind of bumped him from behind and lost his balance. And that's going to put it at the 17-yard line.
That may turn out to be a break here. Because if you burn off too much clock, how many shots are you going to have in the end zone? So let's see what happens here. Can Blaine Espinoza come up with the big throw?
He's done it before.
He has indeed.
So here we go. 15.7 seconds. The clock will start on the snap. 20-16, the Miners with the lead in an entertaining first half.
You got to think they're going to go for the broke and go for deep here.
Jakias Cradle is going to start the motion. And Fortson and Smith And he's got to throw that one away. And he throws that one off the ground as he was getting pursued quickly down there.
Raymond Cutts.
By Cutts.
Cutts was trying to help him up, I think.
And he threw the ball away and got hit hard again, and there was no roughing call. Now there's 12.3 seconds left. The Cutts was loose from the get-go.
Yeah, he went in untouched.
So here we go. Second down and 10 from the 17-yard line. Smith and Fortson are to the right. To the left is Jakias Cradle. Now he's going to come in motion around to the right side. The snap. Espinoza back. He lays it up, and it's picked off. And still running over there.
Isaiah Robinson with the pick.
And he goes down, and that's the end of the first half. And Espinoza had to run around, Dave, and he did not have his legs under him when he released that football and just kind of threw it up in the air, trying to get it to Jacob Smith, but it was picked off. And that was, again, Isaiah Robinson with the pick to end the half. So we go to halftime in this AAL championship game. It is Wheeling 20, Columbus 16, and we're going to go down to Thrift Behringer on the field with the Lions head coach. And we're back here at Westpaco Arena. Thanks, Thrift, and thanks, Coach Damian Daniels. So it is 20-16, Wheeling in a wild first half, Dave Plata.
Calling it wild may be the understatement. I mean, it was 14-0, and in a span of 30 seconds, you had a golden ball touchdown, a safety, a fumble on a kickoff, and a touchdown run. It doesn't get any crazier than that.
And that all happened in a very short amount of time. So we're going to take a break for halftime. They've got some entertainment coming here. 95 South is here from the 90s. It's 90s night. You might remember some of that music. We'll have some of that halftime show for you here on the stream. And we'll be back for the second half of action in just a little bit. You're watching the AAL Championship 2026.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Let's do it! Come on, here we go! Yeah! You take this side, I got this side on it. Okay, then even though I'm from Columbus, I was born in Columbus. No. I ride with my West Virginia family tonight, though. That's what's up. Let's do it, sir. Come on, that's all. Let's see it. Song is Cotton Candy, Sweetie Gold. Not sweet as gold, it's Sweetie Gold. Let me see that twist the road. I should know I wrote, okay? But we gonna get the one that put us on back in 1993. Y'all get ready to ride on us. Yo, when I say 95, you say South. 95. 95. When I say 95, you say South. 95. 95. Let's do it, sugar. Excuse me, Shane. Do you reckon find some booty? Come on. Whoever said West Virginia can't get crunk, they lied, because y'all can get crunk. Believe that. I want to send a shout out to the dancers, to the amazing dancers that came out to support us tonight. Y'all give them a round of applause. And also, thank you to Mr. Duffy for bringing 95 South. Thank you so much for having us. It's been a pleasure. But before we go, Mike, you know this record right here. Okay, I wrote this record. I need everybody in here. I need y'all to put your hands up like this. Everybody, put your hands up like this. Everybody, come on. Put your hands up like this. You ready? Let's go. I wrote this song back in 96. Turn it up! Turn it up!
do their halftime show for you. Alrighty, Miners Nation, Miners Mix Bingo. I want you to pull out your cards for our 15th song. Hey, go ahead. This is Silly Child Life, Clear Out Live.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Visions Morning Show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Visions Morning Show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Visions Morning Show, and download the Sports Visions radio app right now in your app store today.
Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
And we are back here at West Banco Arena, about to get ready to start this first half, thanks to Thrift with Coach McKinney from Wheeling coming out of the locker room here, Dave, and Wheeling with a 20-16 lead after a completely wild first half.
That was insane, wasn't it? Let's go over the scoring real quick. There was one touchdown in the first quarter, happened at 9:17 mark. It was Daryl Clark finding Alex Coleman on a 10-yard touchdown pass, and the extra point by A.J. Bone was good to make it 7-0. Second quarter, 9 minutes to go in the half. Clark finding Renius Daramola on a 6-yard score. Again, the kick from Bone was good, 14-0. So in the final minute, the Lions break out the golden football for double points, and it worked. Blaine Espinoza to Jacob Smith, an 11-yard touchdown with 29.6 seconds left. The extra point kick from Braden Wood was good, and suddenly 14-0, it's 14-14.
Yeah.
Ensuing kickoff, Wood keeping the golden football. They go, let's go for the Rouge. If you kick it, the kickoff through the uprights, it's 2 points. With a golden football, it would have been 4. Well, it didn't happen. It faded off to the left, but it faded off to the left corner of the end zone. And Darius Renola scooped it up and got trapped at the 5. Tried to pitch it back to Andre Cobb, and it went bouncing around in the end zone. Cobb did manage to pick it up, but Kenyatta Richardson touched him, tackled him for a safety. And suddenly the Lions are up by a score of 16-14. Holy cow. And then the ensuing kickoff, by Myron Bounds off to the left side, bounces once, goes into the boards. Jacob Smith trying to get a handle on it, can't, and it gets recovered by the Miners. And on the first play from scrimmage, 17.7 seconds left, Daryl Clark chased out of the pocket, which sometimes is a good thing for the Miners. Clark scrambling around the left side, 17 yards. The kick, the extra point kick was no good, but the Miners went into halftime leading 20-16.
Yeah, and Dave, that going back to that kickoff, the mistake that the Lions made, it was a pop-up kickoff, had plenty of hang time, and the Lions allowed the football to hit the turf. And when you do that, the way the football is shaped, it does crazy things when it hits the ground. It immediately shot to the left and into the boards, got up on top of the boards and was jarred loose, and it was recovered by the Miners, and that led to that go-ahead score.
So the mental mistake by the Lions costs them. So now we're going to go into the second half. The Lions, instead of being up by 2 or maybe more, are now trailing 20-16.
Yeah, and Dave, I don't know what Damian Daniels and his coaching staff collective messages were to his team in the first half, but what they had preached coming into this game was we've got to play a clean game. We've got to eliminate penalties. We've got to make sure we know where we are and taking care of our responsibilities. And that did not happen in the first half. We'll see if it happens in the second half, and it's going to have to if the Lions are going to bring the trophy home to Columbus.
Yeah, the penalties, some of them were mental mistakes, and at least one of them was a loss of composure.
Yes.
You have to keep your composure in a game like this. You cannot give teams yards.
So the Lions will get the football to start things here in the second half, and Mounds will tee it up for the Wheeling Miners. Again, they lead it 20-16, and what a crazy we also, Dave, you got to remember, setting up that score for the Lions, they had a 4th down stand to get the ball back prior to that. So crazy things happened late in that second quarter. And Jesse Riverio collects the kickoff, and he's going to give the Lions great field position in Wheeling territory at about the 22-yard line to start things here in the second half of play. So really good field position and a good job, again, Dave, of catching that football in the air and advancing it instead of just watching it hit the turf.
Got to be aggressive with it. You can't let the ground ball play you as they do in baseball. You've got to go get the football, and you got to make it happen. So now the Lions have a chance to make it happen and maybe retake the lead here.
So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Lions. All 3 receivers will start to the right, with Jermon Fortson being the guy who's going to go in motion. Cradle and Smith stacked. And here comes Fortson in motion.
The give is to Marco Lee, and he's going to get down to the 20-yard line, so a gain of 2 on first down on the rushing play.
Yeah, the middle of the line for the Miners, tough on that one. Holding Marco Lee to just 2 yards on a run, that takes some work. They managed to do it. They brought him down because Lee is a tough runner.
Well, Dave, they created a lot of traffic there for him to run into, and that slowed his momentum, and they were able to bring him down after only 2 yards. So now 2 receivers will be to the left, including Cradle, who will go in motion. And down here to the right is Jermon Fortson. The snap. Espinoza back. He's got time. He looks over the middle, complete. Jacob Smith, he was untouched and got up and got a couple of more yards, and it's going to be 1st and goal. And they're going to mark it at the 6.
Why?
That's a bad spot because he got up and moved inside the 5, or at least to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Javon Johnson didn't touch him until after he got back up again, and he sprawled at least to the 5.
That's about the 3rd questionable spot of the night that I can remember. But we're going to go with it. It's 1st and goal anyway from the 6-yard line. Cradle wide to the left. Fortson wide to the right. And Marco Lee inside the 5, toward the goal line. He's driving his feet. Touchdown Lions! Touchdown Lions. The train, Marco Lee, bulls his way into the end zone and gets the score for Columbus.
The former Hardaway Hawk star, when he smells that end zone, ain't no stopping him. He kept those legs churning, got a little bit of help, a little bit of a push, not that he needed it. He just carried 2 or 3 tacklers into the end zone, and the Lions have retaken the lead.
Braden Wood on for the extra point attempt. It is 22-20 Lions at this point. Wood will try to tack on point number 23. The snap. The ball is down. The kick is up, and it is good. And it's 23-20 now with 12:09 to go in this 3rd period. We'll take a break here in this 3rd quarter, and we'll be back for the kickoff in just a moment. Back here at West Banco Arena, Lions getting ready to kick it away as they have taken the lead here on the first possession, scoring quickly here in the 3rd quarter. Braden Wood booms it away. A long kick right to the back of the end zone into the boards. And now some daylight and good field position for the Wheeling Miners, as some people got a little bit out of their lanes, Dave, and allowed that left side to open up.
Exactly.
And a really good return, I believe. That was Daramola.
Yeah, it was Daramola.
On the return.
Yeah. Daramola did a really good job on that. He leaped up and caught it. He almost flipped over backwards over the boards, but he used that kind of as a launch pad. Then he went to the left side, and somebody got out of their lane. The left side was wide open. I don't know what happened on that. Yeah, and that got them all the way almost to midfield.
He had daylight, and he gets up to the 23-yard line. So good field position for Wheeling. And now let's see if the defense can bow their neck here and keep this Miner offense in check. The motion. Clark back to pass. Looks across the middle. He's got a receiver open. And they're going to get big yardage. That's Cobb. who took the ball off the turf and advances it down, and they're going to have first and goal at the 7-yard line, and there's an injured player now on the field for the Miners.
Yeah, that was Bergeron with the tackle, and it was a very punishing tackle.
Now that is on the field. That is not Cobb that is down.
That was Daramola.
That's Daramola that's down now. I think he was blocking on the play, and he's up. Looks like he might have had just a small cramp the way he's going off the field.
Yeah, the catch was a good one. The pass wasn't all that great. It was down around the shoe tops, picking it off the shoe tops and taking off. The Lions have got to be able to converge on the ball after these completed passes over the middle. There's been a lot of room in the middle, and Clark is taking big advantage of it.
I think the Lions are trying to use those linebackers, Dave, more to get really heavy pressure on Clark. The offensive line doing a good job of picking them up, but it's leaving the middle of the field open. We're under 11 minutes now to go in this third quarter. First and goal from the 7. The rushing play, and a big play. There's a flag on the play as well.
Yeah, Tyler Clark and Jacobin Ware were ready for that. I mean, Cobb as the man in motion, the handoff to him. Clark and Ware were there.
The penalty is against the Miners. They're discussing right here whether to take the penalty or decline it.
Yeah.
Illegal formation again against the Miners. They're going to take the penalty, which will back them up 5 yards.
I'm kind of surprised. I thought the tackle might have backed them up that many.
Well, it's little more yardage backwards than the tackle was. The tackle was around the 9 or 10 yard line, and this is going to put them at the 12. So Damian Daniels electing to take the penalty, and it'll repeat first down. 10.5 minutes to go in this third period. All 3 receivers to the right, four-wheeling. Cobb will start in motion. Clark back to pass. He's looking. He's got room. He's going to pull it. He's hit hard from behind at about the 6-yard line. He's going to get inside the 5. They're going to give him progress to the 4-yard line, where it will be second down and goal.
DeAndre Brown coming in there for the tackle. What happened is everybody rushed him and over-pursued him. And
everybody was dropped into coverage. The receivers were not open.
No.
But
there was
you
nobody
can't
in the middle.
give Darrell Clark green like that.
No, there was nobody in the middle of the field at all. Everybody rushing him went past him, and suddenly it's like, why wouldn't he take off? There was nothing between him and the goal line but stripes.
And I'll tell you, I'll give credit where credit is due, Dave. The Wheeling offensive line's done a whale of a job tonight.
They have indeed.
Of blocking and protecting him when they needed to. Now, and here's a snap infraction. And then in at quarterback on that play was Khalil Trotman. And it was a false start on that one, so that's going to back them up. So the progress they got to the 4-yard line is going to bring it back out to the 9. And it's going to be second and goal from the 9.
Now Wheeling's starting to shoot themselves in the foot.
That's 2 offensive penalties on this possession.
Yeah, DeAndre Brown's getting a little bit emotional out there, too. He made a great play making the tackle on Clark to save the touchdown. But he's an emotional type player as well.
He is. A bad snap. Trotman throws it deep and out of bounds. That's a smart play by Trotman.
Yeah, Denoris Wardlow might have had a shot at it if he had a pole with a butterfly net at the end. That was about 10 feet over his head.
Yeah, if he had Chief Nakahoma's net from back in the day at Fulton County Stadium, he might have been able to scoop that one out of the air.
Yeah, smart play by Trotman to just heave that thing way out of there.
So third and goal from the 9 now. Good job by the defense there, but a bad snap. And as you said, Dave, that's 3 plays on this drive where the Miners have shot themselves in the foot a little bit. And we're hoping, and this Lions defense is hoping that they can't recover from those. Man in motion. Trotman stays in at quarterback. Another flag on the play, and another false start.
Bullet meet foot again.
And that's going to back it up 5 more yards to the 14-yard line where it'll be third and goal.
And they're now out of the red zone for arena football.
And this is where Dave and some of the players right now are showing a little bit of leadership. DeAndre Brown's showing a little bit of leadership. You said he's an emotional player, but he was getting on a couple of his teammates right there for not making some kind of crazy mistake and getting a penalty there. So here we go. 3rd and goal from the 14-yard line. Motion, Trotman, pressure, over the middle, incomplete.
DeAndre Ware, great pressure on Trotman, brought him down as he was delivering the ball. And Ware giving the, giving the big pose.
Yep.
After driving him back into the turf.
So it is 4th and goal from the 14-yard line.
Lions defense waking up, playing the game, the type of game we've seen them play all season long. 3 down, 1 to go on this one.
A little bit of rejuvenation on the Lions defensive side of the ball now, as we're at just above 7 minutes. And this is a timeout going to be taken by Wheeling, by Coach McKinney. We'll take it with him. We'll come back. 7:04 to go in this 3rd period. Lions lead at 23-20. We'll be back to this AAL Championship game 2026. Back here at West Banco Arena, and the dinosaur race is underway as they spin around at the 25-yard line 3 times. And here go the T-Rexes back toward the goal line, and they're bumping. Rubbin's racing, right, Dave?
Last I heard.
Okay, and who was the winner? I think the one on the left edged out and got the win. It was a photo finish, but they didn't have photos back in the Stone Age.
No,
so
but they're trying to keep each other at arm's length, and that doesn't work either with the T-Rex. I had to do that.
There you go. It was perfectly timed, sir. Kudos to you. 7:04 to go in the 3rd period. Ball is at the 14-yard line. It's 4th down and goal. Lions defense making a stand here. Let's see if they can complete it and get the ball back in the hands of the offense. Khalil Trotman still in at quarterback. Bad snap over his head. The ball's loose. Back in the territory. Scooped up. And that is McCall Yancey. Touchdown Lions. It popped right up to him, and McCall Yancey made sure he had the possession, and he scores for the Lions. It's 29-20.
His second fumble recovery touchdown of the season. Yancey played it exactly right. Usually if the ball's on the ground, you fall on it. But that thing hopped up. He didn't even have to do it. It came up right into his hands, and he was gone.
And, Dave, all that momentum in the first half is now on the side of the guys in blue jerseys, with McCall Yancey scoring a defensive touchdown.
That was a thing of beauty. Basically, the Miners have handed the Lions a couple of big plays, and the Lions have been more than happy to accept them.
Braden Wood on for the extra point. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is blocked. And they got to bring him down here, and they're 2 points. The Miners are going to get 2 points on the return of the block kick, but there is a flag. Hold on. There is a flag on the play.
And an injury. On the play, Brandon Munoz.
This may nullify the 2 points.
Brandon Munoz came in and blocked the kick, and it was Myron Mounds who scooped it up and came down the near sideline.
An illegal blindside block, and that is going to wipe out the 2 points. And it's going to remain 29-20.
The Lions getting a break on that one. Again, the Miners have been shooting themselves in the foot since the beginning of the third quarter. 4 major mistakes, and the Lions have taken advantage of every single one of them.
So we're going to take a timeout real quick, and we'll come back here to this championship game for the kickoff in just a moment.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Back here to West Banco Arena, and a shout out to everybody at the pizza place in downtown Columbus as they are having a watch party, and a shout out to everybody who might be listening to us on 103.7 Smooth R&B. Thanks to PNB Broadcasting and Jimbo Martin for doing that for the Lions tonight. Great coverage back home in Columbus. And we're breathing a little bit easier, although there's still a lot of football left in this game, and we all know what happened in that second quarter.
That was crazy. All I know is Wheelie fans are feeling blue, and the folks wearing blue are feeling it for sure.
Absolutely.
The crowd here, all the folks that came down, the 3 busloads of fans that came in from Columbus, made the 12-hour trip up north. They're letting their guys know how much they appreciate the effort, and what an effort it was. McCall Yancey with that 15-yard fumble return for a touchdown. As I mentioned, his second fumble return touchdown of the season.
What a play. 5:52 to go in this third period, and it has been an eventful third period already. Braden Wood will tee it up. And his kickoffs have been outstanding tonight. Now, the coverage on the last one got away from him a little bit, and they gave him a really good return. But Braden Wood's kicks have been right on point tonight.
Setting it up for the defense so they won't have to work so hard would be a good thing at this point.
So he's going to approach. The toe is into the ball, and the ball's away, and it's going to hook over to that left side, and they're going to bring it out to the 20-yard line, I believe.
Yeah,
that one hooked completely out of bounds.
Yeah,
there.
but somebody in a blue shirt's going to go home with a football.
Yeah, they're
so there you go.
Or Dave, on kickoffs, they have to give it back.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, on kickoffs, they have to give the ball back.
Ah, that's not fair.
Kickoffs and extra points and things like that, they have to give the football back. But I believe they are going to give them one after the game. I think the ball guy there pointed and found the person that had it, and they're going to get the ball after the game.
So there you go. You got to give it back, but you get a replacement.
Yeah. So first down from the 20-yard line for the Wheeling Miners. 3 receivers in a triangle formation to the left. Now going in motion is going to be Daramola. Clark looking deep. He's going to be hit. He's still going to get the ball off and throws it too high. He had Andre Cobb on the left sideline, and he just delivered it too high as he was under duress.
McQuell Harvey
tried to get that one off.
McQuell Harvey shaking his head like, I had him. They almost did too. The mobility of Clark is a wonder to behold when you consider he is 40 years old.
He's playing like a guy half his age.
Absolutely. He's looking like the guy he was back when he was at Penn State. But the Lions defense is starting to feel it now. They're starting to move into their zone.
2nd and 10 from the 20. All 3 receivers again start to the left, now in motion. And Clark, this time he fumbles the football. It's loose. And the Lions have it. The Lions have it. It is recovered down there. Let's see who comes up with the football. Oh, look
McQuell Harvey, you didn't get him last time. You got the football this time.
And there's going to be now there's an injured player, and I believe, Dave, I can't see.
That's along the near
That
sports.
might be Clark. No, Clark's over there. It's not the quarterback. It's
Andy Cloud, the fullback.
The Cloud and the fullback. Yep. He was the injured player. As the pile went against the boards trying to get that loose football, he was unfortunately on the bottom side of it, and he's in a lot of pain right now.
Yeah, he's on his hands and knees being looked at by trainers.
Chris, let's take a quick break, and we'll come back in just a moment to the AAL Championship in Wheeling, West Virginia. Back here at West Banco Arena, it's first down and goal at the 10-yard line for the Lions. The give, Marco Lee, he goes forward for a couple of yards. He's going to get to the 8. Momentum took him forward. And it's going to be second and goal from the 8 now for the Lions. Columbus leads at 29-20. We're under 4 minutes to go in this third period. Still a lot of football left. Don't go anywhere, and I'm going to rephrase what I said at the beginning of the game, Dave.
Yes.
I'm going to quote my good friend and a great man, Scott Miller, a great broadcaster. Grab that lucky spot wherever you are back home, and don't let go of it for the remainder of this football game because it has worked in this third quarter. Espinoza back to pass. He's got time. He looks. He throws. And Jacob Smith dropped the football.
He had it.
He had it and started down with it and just lost it. And it would have been complete at the 5. He might have been able to turn and get a couple of more yards, but as it stands, it's going to be third and goal from the 8.
Unfortunate there. I mean, it was a perfect pass. I mean, he threw a laser to him, and Smith just could not quite get a handle on it. I think maybe he may have tried to turn and do more than he should have before he had the ball secured. The Lions really need to turn this into points. Got to put the hammer down here.
Yes, absolutely.
Because the Miners are a dangerous team.
All right, 2 receivers to the right, Cradle and Smith. And now Cradle will go in motion. Fortson over there to the left. And that's going to be against Columbus. It's a touchdown that's complete to Jermon Fortson, but that's going to come back because I believe they were a little bit late snapping the football, and I believe they're going to get the snap infraction there.
Yeah.
No, it's against Wheeling.
Wow.
It is against Wheeling, and it's a touchdown Lions. Jermon Fortson in his final game gets a touchdown, and now we got a penalty. They're going to call an unsportsmanlike for a celebration over there. And come on, in a championship game, you got to let that go.
How fitting, though, Fortson coming up with the catch. Yeah, I thought the snap was a little bit late, too. Maybe it wasn't, but that was a perfect pass to Fortson.
That's the only thing I could see, Dave, where the flag came out. And I thought that's what they were going to call.
Yeah, that's what they called.
And they're going to enforce that penalty after the kickoff. Of Braden Woods on for the extra point. As it stands right now, it's 35-20 Lions. Braden Wood going to try to make it 36-20 here with 2:25 to go.
Wood's been great all season long.
Riverio is the snapper. Snap, the hold, the kick is good. Flag on the play. Hang on. It's offside. It's offside, so the kick is going to be good, I believe.
Yep. So there you go.
So 36-20. Now, 36-20 with 2:24 to go. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll come back for the kickoff here in the third quarter of the AAL championship game.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Vision's morning show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Vision's morning show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Vision's morning show, and download the Sports Vision's radio app right now in your app store today.
Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
Back here to West Banco Arena, and as we went to the break, you saw a live shot of the pizza place downtown Columbus. Owner Jay Patel putting on the watch party there, and the folks are having a little bit better time now here in this second half at the pizza place, as we are too here in West Banco.
Pizza tastes much better when your boys are winning.
It tastes a whole lot better.
Oh, yeah.
So here we go. Braden Wood got it teed up. The Lions with a 16-point lead, and they've got every bit of the momentum right now, and they need to keep it.
Wheeling having some problems getting the right personnel on the field, but now they're set.
So Wood about to put it in the air, and he does. A high kick this time, and it's going to go off the ceiling rafter here as he popped that one up.
A little too much air under that one.
And it's going to go, let's see, they're going to put it at the 20-yard line. It's going to start at the 20, so the same starting field position as last drive for Wheeling. There's a little bit of a mistake right there. Braden Wood just got under it a little bit, like one of my wedge shots in golf, Dave, when I hit it a little fat.
Yeah.
And I hit it way short of where it's supposed to be.
And look who's back in. Darryl Clark is returning at quarterback for Wheeling.
So Clark back in to lead the offense. And it's actually going to be at the 20. It's going to be where the ball hit the rafter, Dave. So it's going to be on the 20 of the Lions where the ball is spotted.
Real strong field position for the Miners here.
Very good field position to start things. Three receivers start to the left. Now in motion to the right. Clark back to pass. He's looking. He throws on the sideline. It's complete. Oh, my goodness. And a leaping grab and just a knock out of bounds. It is going to be a first down for Wheeling.
Yeah.
But
Andre Cobb getting knocked over the boards by Denoris Wardlow.
Andre Cobb got airborne and tried to leap over Wardlow, and it was just a touch that knocked him over the wall there. It was not a malicious intent
not at
to knock him over the wall. It was just to touch him. And he was so high in the air, his feet were higher than the board, and the touch just knocked him over the wall.
Yeah, then he leaped up and jumped on the board side of the board. It's indicated first down, 12-yard gain for Cobb.
So it's at the 8-yard line, first and goal for the Miners. Cobb starts the motion. Clark looks. He's got to throw that one away as he's getting hit right as he threw, and he's down again.
Driven into the turf by McCall Yancey. Driven hard into the turf. He's shaken up.
Yeah, he's hurting this time. It looks like it might be his left shoulder. I'm not sure.
Yancey hit him and just drove, he's made a tackle.
He hit him as he threw the football. It was a completely legal hit and just finished the tackle. And I believe he came down on that left shoulder. And that's going to bring Khalil Trotman back in the game to play quarterback. Clark is going to feel every bit of his 40-year-old age tomorrow morning, Dave. He's been hit a lot tonight.
That hurt me to watch. Yancey just taking care of business as a defensive end. Let the quarterback know he's there.
So the ball remains at the 8-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Trotman will run the offense from the quarterback spot. 2 receivers to the right. Now the third goes in motion. And Trotman almost stumbles, gets it away, knocked down, almost picked off by DeCoven Ware. He's doing push-ups for missing the interception.
He thought he should have had it, so he dropped down and give me at least three push-ups.
He gave himself some push-ups for not picking that one off. And it's 3rd down and goal from the 8.
Yeah, the Lions defense is starting to really establish control of this one. Yancey, get the crowd pumped up down at the other end of the field. Tyler Clark as well.
And put the 4s in the air, folks, because that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Throw those 4s up back home in the pizza place. It's the 4th quarter when we come back here at West Banco Arena.
The rest of this game. This Duggan's on our team. Which names some people that passed from cancer on background jerseys. Which names some people that survived on the front. Let's show we're strong. It's time to dig in. Mother's Nation makes some noise.
Back here at West Banco Arena, and the Columbus fans across the way are having a blast here as we begin the 4th quarter. It's going to be 3rd goal for Wheeling. And as Dave said, this defense has started to exert themselves here in the 3rd quarter and going into the 4th.
What a performance in the 3rd quarter by the Lions. They have just done everything you wanted to do.
We're not real sure what's going on here. Coach McKinney is completely upset about something. Not sure what's happening here.
Reading somebody the riot act down there.
Now they've got the commissioner over here.
Are they complaining about the Columbus fans?
I'm not sure what they're complaining about.
Chant of defense going up from the folks in blue in the corner there, the end zone.
And now Coach McKinney's going to call a timeout. They started the clock, and I think that may be what he's upset about.
Well, in that
I'm not 100% sure.
Well, if they did, he's got a right to say something if they started the clock.
And of course, Damian Daniels is defending everything here. He's ready to play football, and he's trying to figure out what this delay is about. I'm not sure if that's what it is, Dave, but 14 seconds are gone off the clock. And I'm not 100% sure why there's this delay, but he came running down the field, got with the official stopped the clock. He went and talked to the commissioner, and I'm not sure what's happening here. I wish I could tell you.
Yeah. Well,
I wish we had some ears down there that could tell us what that was all about. But they are going to leave the clock at 14:46. And the commissioner, whatever it was, denied whatever Coach McKinney wanted. So here comes the play. And the offensive line, that's going to be against the offensive lineman. The left tackle stepped back early, drew the defense offside, and that's another penalty for Wheeling in this game, in this second half. And they have really kind of imploded a little bit here in the second half.
Yeah, that's their 4th penalty of this half. They're only 5-yard penalties, but every one of them has come at a critical juncture.
And when they were, it's 3rd and goal, and they were inside the 10. Now they're back at the 13-yard line. And that's happened not only here on this drive, but it happened previously in the other drive.
Keeping your composure is
Trotman is still at quarterback. Andre Cobb will go in motion. Trotman back. He looks into the end zone. Oh, it's picked off! It's picked off by Bergeron! And he falls into the end zone for a touchback. Cameron Bergeron.
His second interception tonight. That was a spectacular one. He leaped up, tipped the ball up, and took care of business on his own tip drill.
There is a flag back upfield, and it was against Wheeling, and that's going to be no good. And now the players have really got to keep their composure, Dave, and not get too out of sorts here.
Trotman is down on the field. They're looking at him. It looks like his knee they're looking at.
He was hit as he threw the football, and I don't know what the flag was for, but it was against Wheeling. It was not a roughing call. It was not a defensive penalty. Somebody picked up one of the Columbus players and threw him to the ground, and that's what the flag was for.
They marked the ball at the 10-yard line. So I guess whatever the penalty was a 5-yarder. Meanwhile, Trotman is down, the backup quarterback.
They are testing his left knee.
This game has turned the first half, most of the first half, about a minute of it belonged to the Wheeling Miners. The second half, though, has been all Lions.
Dave, the one thing the Miners did not do in the first half is put Columbus away. They had a couple of chances. They didn't put them away. They let them get the momentum going. And now all of the momentum is on the side of the guys in blue.
And with both quarterbacks banged up now, I'm pretty sure Darrell Clark is probably done for the day after
he's over there standing at the sideline. He's going to play.
Well, he's tough then, because that hit he took from McCall Yancey was a big hit. Trotman.
Let's see how he walks off the field, see if he can put weight on it. He's trying to, and he does. He is able to put some weight on it, but it's not a lot.
No.
And he's a tough guy as well.
All these guys are tough out there.
No doubt.
They're playing the game because they love it. And they work hard, both teams.
You got to remember something about this league, folks. The players don't make a ton of money. Most of them get paid on a game-by-game basis in this league. And these guys are out here because they love football and they want to possibly make a chance of moving to a higher league at some point in their career if they're young enough. But a lot of these guys that are older, they're playing this game out of sheer love for the game of football.
And you never want to see guys get hurt. You just don't.
No, absolutely.
Because they're playing, again, for the pure love of the game.
So the Lions will have the football at the 10-yard line, 1st and 10, 14:45. So here's Espinoza throws that one away. And he goes down hard as he was delivering that football, and he's going to come up a little slow as well.
Their Wheeling player is down too.
And that's a single digit.
Is that Cutts? No.
That's number 5.
Oh, that's Raymond Cutts.
Raymond Cutts. He is the guy who made the hit, and now he slams his helmet to the turf. And he looks like he's hanging his left arm, Dave, and it may be his left shoulder.
Yeah.
As he's the guy that made the tackle on Blaine Espinoza, and he ended up being the one that was hurt the worst out of the two of them. Espinoza got up slowly as well, taking the hit.
Yeah.
But Cutts.
Yeah, he slammed his helmet to the turf because he got injured.
Yeah.
He's mad at himself.
He's mad about the injury and mad that he had to come off the field. And it looked like he was hanging that left arm like it might have been his left shoulder.
Yeah.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Lions. Jermon Fortson will start in motion. Receivers each way. Riverio to the left, Cradle to the right. Espinoza letting the clock run before he snaps the football. Smart here to use as much clock as they can. Now he starts the motion. The snap, and I think that's going to be a false start, Dave.
I'm not sure if the one of the Lions jumped or if it was Robert Garrett, rather.
We're going to see who moved first.
I think it was Robert Garrett.
And it is going to be on the Lions.
Oh, it's on the Lions. Okay.
The right tackle, Umis, for the Lions, moved first. And that's going to go against Columbus, and they'll put it back at the 5-yard line. And it's going to be 2nd down and 15 now from the 5. 13:20 to go in this ball game. Lions lead it by 16. Remember, though, folks, do not forget that the goal football is in play here for Wheeling.
So it's not over yet.
So it is definitely not over.
Cuts is back in the game, by the way.
Espinoza, the snap, quick throw. Got a block out there. Is going to get it back out toward the 10-yard line. And no less than 5 white jerseys were in on the tackle there to bring Fortson down. And it's going to be 3rd down from the 10. Actually, we're going to call it the 9. 3rd down from the 9. So a gain of 4 on that play.
Lions trying to get it out of the shadow of the end zone, move the chains and keep this thing going. But they need a big play here.
The clock is ticking.
4th. This is a big play. The Lions have got to get this thing moving because if they turn the ball over right there, that gold football's coming out.
Oh, absolutely. So 4th down, and we're calling it 11 yards from the 9-yard line.
Lion offense, it was churning, but now you got to kind of regain what they had, regain that momentum.
That Minor defense got a little desperation going, and they're playing hard out there, and they have stymied the offense on this drive. Riverio starts in motion. He snap. Espinoza looks deep. He's got Cradle complete. Way down at the 6-yard line. Now inside the 5, they're going to mark him. Let's see where they put the football down. What a pass from Blaine Espinoza.
And what a catch by Cradle. Caught it. Espinoza got him in stride. Cradle to reach out just a little bit, caught it, and literally cradled it as he went down, marking the ball on the 3-yard line.
First and goal from the 3-yard line.
What a clutch play.
Exactly what the Lions needed there on that 4th down. A huge first down.
Ja'Kias Cradle's been quiet all night. Made some noise right there, folks.
He's even dropped a couple of passes tonight, Dave, but that time it stuck to those hands like glue, like we're used to seeing. And it's 1st and goal.
A 37-yard play.
Fortson. Marco Lee hit immediately in the backfield. He's going to go down for a loss.
Well, he ran into his own man. Tariq Stewart basically acted as a pulling guard. And Marco took the handoff and immediately ran into Tariq.
Well, quite frankly, Dave, I think Tariq got knocked into him by the surge of the defensive line for Wheeling.
That's a probability also. That's a first loss of the night by an offensive play by the Lions.
Riverio back in the game. 2nd and goal now from the 7-yard line. So that was a loss of 4 yards. So a big play from the Wheeling defense.
They're not done yet. They've got a lot of fight in them. The Lions just have to finish the job.
Fortson starts in motion. Espinoza back. He's got time. He's looking. Now he gets pressure. He delivers. Touchdown, Fortson! Touchdown, Lions!
J-Man doing it again. What a pretty catch by Fortson. He had to leap up. That was a little bit of a leap. Got up maybe about 2 foot off the ground, cradling it in there into the boards, hanging on to it.
And Blaine Espinoza surveyed the field. He had time, and as the pressure was approaching him, Dave, He delivered a perfect pass that only Jermon Fortson could catch, and he did it like he always does.
With style. That's how he did it. So the Lions up by 22 at this point.
42-20. Wood on for the extra point. The snap. It's down. The kick is good. And it's 43-20 with 8:12 to go. We'll take a break, and we'll come back to West Banco Arena in just a moment. Back here at West Banco Arena, and the folks at the pizza place in downtown Columbus are having a good time. The folks across the way are having a really good time now, Dave.
And so are we.
And so are we, absolutely. And I hope everybody listening on 103.7 Smooth R&B back in Columbus are having a good time as well. If you're out riding around listening to us, we appreciate you joining us, and we appreciate PMB Broadcasting for simulcasting this game tonight. What a good one it's been. Wood going to put it in the air. Gets this one away. A good kick deep into the end zone. And let's see, the coverage is pretty good this time, and they're going to bring him down at the 10-yard line. Great job right there. Bergeron again, Dave, making a big play.
Yes, we were all looking at this one. Did everybody stay in their lane? The answer was yes. And the road stopped at the 10-yard line. Bergeron, a beautiful tackle.
And here comes the golden football for Wheeling, as we thought it would.
They have to at this point.
Oh, their back is against the wall. There's 8:06 left in this game. Remember, folks, the golden football means that if Wheeling scores here, it is double points. So it would, if they were to score, it would immediately be 43-32.
With a chance to go to 43-36. So, yeah.
Here comes this Lions defense, though. They've been stalwart here in this third and fourth quarter. Clark back in at quarterback. Cobb on the run. Over the middle, complete. It's going to be a first down. And that is Andre Cobb, who caught the football, and he's up just across midfield to the 24-yard line of Columbus.
Denoris Wardlow.
First down.
Denoris Wardlow on the tackle on that one. That was a big play. Pick up a 16 yards on there.
And Dave, I will say that right now the Lions are guarding against the long pass. So some of these underneath routes are probably going to be open. But they're going to have to, the defense is going to have to make a stand on this drive with that golden football out there. Clark under center. Cobb starts in motion. He's back. Has time. Delivers again over the middle. And they finally get him against the boards and down. But that's another underneath route, Dave, that was open. And once again, that was Andre Cobb on the reception. And he gets all the way down to the 5-yard line where it'll be first and goal.
Yeah, pickup of 19 on the play. That's what's happening. That's when the Miners been able to move the ball through the air. Basically, it's passes down the middle where the area's been cleared out because they've been putting a lot of heavy rush on Clark, leaving that part of the field open.
So now in this part of the field, especially in the second half, the Miners have struggled. Clark under center. Cobb will start in motion. He's back to pass. He looks. He's got pressure. He's going to go down. DeAndre Brown with the sack all the way back to the 12-yard line. Let's see. They're going to put it down at the 11. To the 11-yard line. So a loss of 6 on the sack. Under 6 minutes to go in the game.
DeAndre Brown was on him before he could even move. Clark took the snap, rolled to his left, and Brown was just on him.
And would not let him go.
And took him to the turf. Clark is banged up. You can feel it, but he's also a warrior, so he's still out there.
Cobb will start in motion. All three receivers to the right side of the field as they overload it. And here's a flag, and it is on Wheeling. Another penalty. I think it was movement on the left side of that line. And Clark is pleading some kind of case there, but he's not going to win that argument as the call was already made. But another one of those little 5-yard offensive penalties, Dave, that have shot Wheeling in the foot the entire second half.
Yep, one more time. Suddenly you're on the 5. Now you're on the 16.
So second and goal from the 16-yard line.
Still got to be careful because of Clark's mobility. He is banged up, but his legs are still working. It's mostly his shoulders and arms that hurt.
Oh, he's back to pass. He looks, he delivers, touchdown. That's Cobb with a great play there and a great throw from Clark. And that's going to give him 12 points, and it's going to be 43-32.
No, that was Alex Coleman on the catch.
Oh, it was Coleman?
It was Coleman. Alex Coleman on the catch. A 16-yard score. So. So a 12.
It was Alex Coleman. You're right.
Yep. So the goal football works for both ways here.
Now, they're going to go for 2, Dave.
Yes. Well,
now, it does not double on a 2-point play. Is that right?
It doubles if it's a 2-point pass. A 2-point run, no.
Yes. So if they complete a pass here, the 2-point play will be 4 points, and it'll make it 43-34. Clark under center. He's going to fake it. He's going to look. He's looking, and it's knocked down. A big play back there. Drell Green to knock that one away, and it's going to remain 43-32, and we've got 3:56 left in the ball game.
That was a huge play. That was a 4-point play.
Yes, it
was.
was.
Clark did not try to run. He wouldn't have gotten the double points if he'd run. So
and he did have a chance to run and had probably a lane to score the 2-point conversion, Dave.
Absolutely.
Chose not to, trying to complete the pass, and Drell Green made a nice play.
So a 43-36 would have turned it into a 7-point game, wouldn't it, if I do the math right?
Yes, it would.
Instead, it's a 9-point game. Whole different deal. Now, if the Golden football, if they want to, they can keep it for the kickoff and try to go for the Rouge, but they don't have a kicker.
They don't have a kicker really that can probably do that, Dave. So I think they're just going to kick her. They are going to kick the Golden ball. They are going to do that, but he's going to have to hit one better than he's ever hit one.
Yeah,
to get a Rouge.
Yeah, I don't know if Alex Coleman has the leg for that. Or no, that's Mounds. Myron Mounds.
Mounds has kind of popped up every kick he's kicked tonight, and it's landed about the 15 or 20-yard line or somewhere around that area. He would really have to hit a bomb to get it through the uprights for the Rouge.
Yeah, but for Miners, it's why not? Might as well. Nothing to lose.
And he puts a leg into it, but he still pops it up. And at the 10-yard line, Jacob Smith has it, and he's going to get up to about the 18 before he's dragged down.
Good coverage on the kickoff by the Miners. I mean, a pop-up like that to Smith is dangerous because of his great speed. But the Miners did what they had to do on the kickoff, stay in your lanes. Looks like Mounds might have made the tackle, too.
And actually, Dave, the Lions did what they needed to do on that kickoff, too. They caught the football in the air. They protected the football and got on the ground. And now they can let their offense run some clock here. I believe, Dave, if I'm not wrong, Wheeling only has one timeout left in this game.
Yeah, the scoreboard does not indicate the number of timeouts, but I believe you're right, which means all the Lions have to do is keep moving the chains.
They do have one timeout left. Our producer, Chris Gates, just confirmed for me. So they can call one timeout. They can stop it one time. The clock is running at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Blaine Espinoza is going to let some time run off. Now he starts the motion. The give. Marco Lee is across the 20. He's going to gain a couple of yards. And as long as they gain positive yardage, Dave, the clock runs.
Exactly. Stay positive yardage and do not go out of bounds. That's the other half. But, well, there's 3 minutes left. There's 3 minutes left. So you're talking about the 1 minute warning.
Rule,
1 minute warning, but still, what you want to do is just keep moving it.
And we're now under 3 minutes to go in the game. So the goal football is out of play now. They can't use it anymore. And they don't trail by enough points anyway to use it if they had the chance. So in motion is Sportson. Marco Lee's got it again. He's across the 20 over to about the 23, 24-yard line. Let's see where they mark the football. The clock continues to run. They're going to put it down at the 24-yard line.
Another 3-yard gain. 3 yards and a cloud of tires.
As we approach 2 minutes to go in the contest. The Lions are going to let as much time run as they can here as we're under 2 minutes.
I do not see where the play clock is here, so.
I do not either.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're keeping it on their wrist because I don't see a play clock anywhere in the arena. Lions at the line of scrimmage. Espinoza under center. And there's a delay of game as they took too much time. And the clock will start this time on the snap of the football. A minute 37. 1 minute, 37 seconds left.
And with the delay of game, the clock will stop and will not start again until the snap.
On the snap. It will start on the snap.
But now it's a 3rd and 9 instead of a 3rd and 4.
Fortson underneath. He's across midfield, and he's going to get right at the marker for the first down, and they're going to give him progress to the 20-yard line. First down, Lions.
Bank it. The first down. Lions are this much closer to finishing it.
And this is going to take us down to the 1 minute warning. The Lions are just going to mill around, and they're going to let it go down to the 1 minute warning. 43-32 is the lead. And there it is. 1 minute left in the contest. We're going to take a break. We'll come back in just a moment for the final minute of this 2026 AAL Championship game in just a moment. Back here at West Banco Arena, they are challenging the spot. The officials are taking a look as Wheeling has challenged the spot of the football and making the line to gain. And we'll get a ruling here in just a moment and see what happens. Again, there is 1 minute to play. And now the rules change. All the Lions have to do to get the clock in motion and keep it in motion is get forward progress. And if, I believe, Dave, if Wheeling loses this challenge, that does away with their final timeout, and they can't stop the clock anymore.
I think you are right. If it doesn't work, they're done. And at that point, all the Lions have to do is pick up 1 yard a couple of times, and that's it. This is an all or nothing gamble here.
Now, they've already moved the chains to the first down yardage. So they can't hold him. They can't take him back and try to measure if he was down right at the mark. And so I'm not sure what will happen here if they decide he didn't make the line to gain. Okay, so it'll be 4th down, and he's about a half yard short. So it's going to be between the 21 and the 20. And no, that's way too far.
It's at the 22.
He needed to get the
the 20. He needed to get
21 and a half. So it should be between the 21 and 22, but right now it's at the 22 completely and not 21 and a half.
The line to gain was the 21.
Yeah.
So they got it at the 22. They're going to call it 1 yard.
So 4th down here. And I believe Wheeling retains that 1 timeout. And here's a flag.
Somebody jumped, I'm guessing. Yep.
77. And so that's going to back it up, Dave, and that's not the mistake that we wanted or that the Lions wanted on that play.
Yeah, that changes things entirely. Now it's 4th and 6.
And not even a second went off the clock. Not even a full second went off the clock before the flag went up and stopped it.
Yeah, so here we go. They're going to have to pull up another big play. On the other hand, they've been doing it all night long, especially in the second half.
And I believe they're going to take it back to a full minute, Dave, because that's actually a dead ball penalty.
Yeah, they do.
They put it back at a minute.
Have you done this before?
Maybe. I'm old. I can't remember. Okay, here we go. 4th down again, this time 6 yards. The snap. Espinoza back. He's going to keep it. He's going to get to the – does he get there? Does he get there?
They say no.
Forward progress, Dave. They are marking him short. Again, I'm going to tell you, folks, honesty compels me to tell you he got more yardage than where they set the football down. But they're going to say, no, he did not get there. And we're going to play on with 55 seconds left. And it's an 11-point lead, so a touchdown doesn't kill you here.
No. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion doesn't even.
Correct.
But then again, you have the chance of an onside kick.
That is also correct.
So
I think you've done this a time or two.
Yes. The bottom line is don't even put yourself in a position to have to count on it.
All right. 55 seconds left in the game. 2 receivers stacked to the right for the Miners. The 3rd receiver is also going to come to the right in motion. Clark back. They're giving him time. He gets hit right as he throws, and it's overthrown or thrown too far in front of the receiver, Coleman. There is a flag on the play, and it's going to be against the Lions.
Yep.
They call illegal defense. And some of the Lions players are a little bit incredible. Oh, and that's Cameron Bergeron saying that's my fault. And he was the guilty party right there, so that's going to give Wheeling 5 yards. It's down to 49 seconds left.
Yeah,
this is going to be the longest 49 seconds in history, Dave Plata.
I believe so. Remember, Bergeron's a rookie. He's still learning the rules of the arena game.
Single receiver to the right, single receiver to the left, and in motion is Cobb. Across the middle, complete, no, incomplete, no, complete again. And he's going to get down to the 5-yard line. So Wheeling is going to make this thing very, very interesting, Dave, before it's over.
That was a great catch by Cobb. He juggled it, came up with it somehow.
He kept his concentration and found the football and was able to grab it for a second time. And then
he went out of bounds.
Missed a tackle at the boards about the 10 or 11-yard line, and he got 5 more yards to the 5, so it's 1st and goal.
And the clock stopped because he got knocked out of bounds.
He did. Okay. So Daramola and Coleman are wide to the left, and Cobb goes in motion. Clark back. He's looking, he throws, and way behind Coleman over there in the left corner of the end zone.
Yeah, 3 steps behind Coleman. 3 steps behind Coleman.
And that's going to stop it with 38 seconds.
Wheeling has a little bit of a chance. They're going to make the most. You know these guys aren't going to quit.
Oh, absolutely
this
not.
Team? No.
A team coached by Coach McKinney is never going to quit. He made that clear in the press conference. I loved what he said last night, Dave. One of the best things I've heard a coach say. He said, hey, we had 2 weeks, but we didn't take a break. We kept working hard. We kept pushing ourselves. We kept having our normal schedule. We acted like we didn't have any time off, and I thought that was a great statement by him on how hard this team's worked.
And it shows.
Clark spins, looks, pressure coming now. He's hit. He gets loose. He's going to get toward the goal line, and he's not going to get there, though, as he's going to be stopped at about the 1-yard line.
McCall Yancey almost
The clock
had him.
continues to run.
McCall Yancey almost had him in the backfield.
22 seconds, 19 seconds. Clock is running. And he's not going to get there again. He's short of the goal line. And now there's a flag on the play.
Did all the Lions get back on side? Because they ran tempo on that one, and at least one Lion, I couldn't see exactly who it was sprinting to get back on side. Now they're having their summit meeting down there. Yeah, they said Ware was moving at the snap. He was trying to get
back on side,
and he wasn't actually in his proper position.
So they're going to put it inside the 1 with 12.2, and now somebody is down for the Lions. I can't see what number that is right now. But it does not, if you're wondering, they're doing that just to slow things down. It does not do anything here to the time on the clock. It does not keep the clock from starting. It does not prolong things. If he's down, he's actually needing to be down because he's hurt.
Yes.
So this is not a ploy to delay the game.
Yeah.
Why would you when you're leading?
No, and he'll have to come out of the game too.
I believe that's DeAndre Ware. I can't see for sure.
It is? No, it's McCall Yancey.
McCall Yancey.
Yeah, it wasn't the Coven Ware. It was, DeAndre Ware would be good.
DeAndre Brown.
Yeah.
I meant. I had the Coven and DeAndre mixed up.
Well, we get DeAndre Ware out there. That'd be pretty good.
That would be pretty good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, get Hall of Famer.
He's got to go out for a play, I believe.
Yeah, so Yancey.
But he's still on the field. And the official is explaining to him that he has to go off for a play. And now Damian Daniels is saying he called timeout, and that should keep him from having to go off, but he's got to go off anyway.
Remember, if you're injured, it costs you a timeout to keep the player in the game. At this point, I think it would be worth the timeout to keep McCall Yancey in the game. He has had a monster second half.
Well, McQuell Harvey's going to come in and fill that spot.
Well, McCall's done 1 or 2 things this season himself. So
3rd down goal from inside the 1-yard line for Wheeling. And Clark is going to get into the end zone for the touchdown. 9.1 seconds left.
So there's still a little bit of life left.
43-38. They're going to have to go for 2 here, Dave.
Yep. I don't believe the clock does not run after 1 minute on extra points.
Right. They've asked for it on the hash there.
Well, these guys are warriors. They're still going at it.
So they're going to be within a field goal if they get this two-point conversion. Coleman will start in motion. The give, he's hit short, and he's going to lunge forward and get the two-point conversion. That is a really nice job and a nice second effort by Brandon Munoz, who was in there at the fullback position, and second effort got him into the end zone. He was hit, and progress stopped briefly, but he kind of slid off that, kept his legs churning, and got himself across the goal line for the two-point conversion. And Damian Daniels is thrown the challenge flag, and he's going to challenge. I don't know what the challenge is. I don't know if it's that he made the score. DeAndre Brown is fired up over there. Are they even going to do the challenge? Is it a reviewable thing that they tried to challenge here? I'm not sure it was the fact that he got into the end zone. I think it was something else.
Yeah. We'll have to find out. We'll have to wait till the white hat makes the announcement. But it looks like they're just setting up for the kickoff. So probably unreviewable.
Yeah, whatever Damian Daniels wanted to look at was not reviewable.
This entire game now comes down to the kickoff. Get the hands, guys. Well, everybody's a hands guy.
Everybody's a hands guy. Look at the numbers out there.
Yes.
You've got Fortson. You've got Jakari Thomas. You've got Drell Green.
Kenyatta Richardson.
Jakias Cradle. Jermon Fortson. Jacob Smith is back deep.
You got to remember, though, it doesn't mean he's just going to nub it. It can be one of those little pop-up things you're hoping for a weird bounce, and weird bounces have worked tonight.
And it's not going to go the required distance.
Drell Green thought about it, thought he could lunge into the end zone and put things away. Didn't quite make it, but
it would have just been par for the course in this football game.
Absolutely. Dave. The thing was, it popped up and hit the kicker, so the ball's probably dead. Probably couldn't even return it anyway. Ball popped up and hit the kicker, so it should be a dead ball, Lions ball. Just saying.
Yeah, they got to get Jet Riverio out of the meeting there.
Illegal block for football, 10 yards by the kicking team. The penalties declined. Offside by the kicking team. Penalties declined. The ball was illegally touched by the kicker at the 1 yard line. Columbus will take the ball there for some goal.
Look at that.
So the Lions get the ball on the 1. Now
here's 8.2 seconds left.
Here's the thing: you get to keep the clock running. You have to gain.
yards.
So they're going to have to go for the touchdown. You don't necessarily want to score a touchdown because you don't want to rub it in. And you know, if you've got the win,
but Dave, think about this: they're only down by 3 points.
That's also true.
If you get the ball in the end zone, you put the game completely out of reach.
Yes, or it's literally out of reach.
So let's see what happens here.
Yeah, let's see where they're marking.
Hey, boy, folks, this game has been interesting, to say the least.
Okay, they're going to mark. Are they going to put it at the 1 or the 4?
They're putting it at the 1.
They're putting it at the 1. They have to gain at least 1 yard to keep the clock running. Just score the touchdown and get it over with.
And don't fumble.
Oh.
Do not turn the ball over. Keep the ball secure.
Yes. That is your baby.
Yes.
Protect it.
All right, here we go. McQuell Harvey is going to be the up back this time. Cradle goes in motion. Blaine Espinoza into the end zone, touchdown. And that's going to put it out of reach. 6.2 seconds left. And if you're wondering why Columbus went ahead and scored, folks, they were only down by 3. So a field goal, if there had been a possession that Wheeling could have gotten the ball back, they could have kicked a field goal and tied it, or they could have gotten the score and won it. So it was a smart play to go ahead and score the touchdown, go up by 9 here, and then they're going to go for the extra point. I guess they're going to go for 2.
It appears they're going to go for 2. The clock's not going to run on this.
Nope, not with this time left. So that was the thinking. Go ahead and score the touchdown and get up by 9 so it puts it completely out of reach.
All right, Harvey in the backfield.
And Blaine's just going to go down right there, and that's how this possession is going to end. 49-40. So now, even if Wheeling scores on the probably one play that they have on offense and goes for 2, it's still going to be 49-48, and there's not really going to be enough time for them to do anything to try to win this game.
There would not be time for a kickoff. So there literally is no way for them to score a touchdown and have time left on the clock. 6.2 seconds left. All Braden Wood has got to do is hit a little squibber. Well, you do have to make the tackle. Well, even if that, you don't want him to score. You just don't. Just boot the ball.
Everybody just make sure you cover your responsibilities on this kick. That's what he's going to preach to everybody. Get the guy down. Just make the tackle.
Yep.
Somebody make the tackle, and let's celebrate.
You got to get the clock to zeros. That's all you're trying to do at this point. Don't get fancy. Get it done. To be able to come up here and win the game like this says a lot about the character of this team. I can tell you that.
Well, all of the adversity in the first half turned into a determined effort in the second half. And I tell you, speaking of a determined effort, the guys in white, Dave, have not gone away at all. And that golden football has come into play twice tonight. It came into play big for the Lions in the first half, and it came into play big for the Wheeling Miners in the second half.
Yes, absolutely. Total respect for the Wheeling Miners. They have played their hearts out. They have not given up, and they still haven't given up.
And how about 3 times this year, Dave, 3 tremendous football games between these two teams.
And every one of them went down to the final minute.
But Braden Wood's going to get this kick away. He does. He's going to kick it deep, curls it toward the end zone, off the board there. And he landed that one right on top of the boards. And we said earlier this year, bet you couldn't do that again. And look what he did. He did
it exactly. But the board, it was not in the end zone. So it's going to come out to the 20-yard line.
Yep.
So we're going to have one play, probably, 6.2 seconds left.
He was about 1 yard short of getting it in the end zone right there, and it would have come to the 5 instead of the 20. So the clock did not start on that kick because nobody from the receiving team touched it.
So now it's just a matter of finishing it out. Yeah, it's problematic. It's, the chances of Wheeling coming back are literally 0. But you still have to finish it, and you still don't take any chances.
And they're going to be in prevent defense here, Dave. And Clark is in at quarterback. 2 receivers to the right. Single receiver to the left will be in motion. 6.2 seconds. Clark back. Pressure coming. He's going to loft it way up into the air, and they're going to come down with a touchdown.
As time expires.
And that was Daramola with the score. And there's no need for them to even try the 2-point conversion, and that ran out the clock. And that is it. How about it, Columbus? Mayor Skip Henderson, Chief Stoney Mathis, Sheriff Greg Countryman, get those escorts ready tomorrow evening when this team gets back to town, because guess what?
Yes.
The Columbus Lions are the 2026 AAL champions, and they're bringing a championship back home to Columbus, Georgia. Unbelievable.
What a game and what a job by the Columbus Lions. All the efforts that they had to put together in the second half put together an incredible comeback to bring home a championship.
And look out here on the field, Dave. I want everybody to see this. You look out on the field and you see the mutual respect that these two teams have for each other. No matter how hard they battled and how hard they fought and how much it looked like they were having a lot of animosity toward each other during the game, all you see right now is respect and mutual respect out there on the turf as these two teams are shaking hands, giving each other hugs, and talking to each other about everything that went on in this game. And that's how it's supposed to be in any sport, really.
is that camaraderie among the Warriors out there on the field.
And Warriors respect Warriors. What a
Back up here in the booth as the on-field celebration continues. Great interview with Thrift Behringer and Coach Damian Daniels. And Dave Platt has made his way down to the field. There'll be some more post-game interviews between Thrift and Dave Platt. They will have some more talks with some of the players and coaches in the aftermath of this championship win by the Columbus Lions. What a year, 11-0. They run the table. They're able to defeat a very, very good Wheeling Miners team 3 times this year. And you look at that final score, and I think if I'm adding the math up correctly, I believe they won 3 games by a grand total of 6 points. They won by 3 tonight, and they had won by 3 combined in the first 2 wins. So that tells you this was a pretty even matchup and a pretty predictable outcome as these 2 teams have played each other so close this year. This is one of the craziest football games I've been associated with since I've been around the sport. And to see both teams come back from adversity and both teams play hard. Now we're going to take it back down on the field for some more conversation with players. I believe Dave has Blaine Espinoza.
What we do all year. We're not going to change who we are. Whether we're down 14, we got to use the goal ball, or whether we're up 40. We're going to keep doing the same thing. We're not going to break out of character. We're just going to keep rolling.
Did you get worried at all in the first half because the offense just couldn't quite seem to click?
Yeah, no, not at all. We came out slow, and that's on us. That starts with me. We can't do that. But like I said, if we get that goal ball out, it's in their rules for a reason. So, if they're going to give it to us, we're going to take it. So just trust in the process and keep it going is what we did.
Third quarter, what changed? What switch got flipped?
We went to halftime. We made our adjustments. We did what we needed to do, and they were working for us.
How does it feel to be a champion?
It's I can't put it into words. This is awesome. This is fun. 11-0. I mean, how many people in the world can say they won a championship? It's the greatest feeling in the world.
It was an amazing performance, Blaine. Very good job. Jamon, you got to come here, buddy. Jamon Fortin. Hey, Mike. Okay, Mike, back to you upstairs.
Interchange.
Oh, okay.
And back up here in the booth, they're getting some championship T-shirts down there on the field now, and we're going to go back down. I think Thrift Behringer is going to have Jermon Fortson in just a moment when we go back down to the field and this tremendous win. Now back down to Thrift Behringer and J-Man, Jermon Fortson.
Ask.
I've been right here.
I was up there.
Back up here in the booth, the Lions are getting those championship T-shirts. And, Chris, I hope they save us one, man. I'd sure like to have one of those championship T-shirts. But another tremendous win. Roger Beck. And just let me back up for just a moment and let me say congratulations and a big – I don't know how the pat on the back could be too big for two guys who made this happen with the Columbus Lions this year. Roger Beck, the owner, and Corey Black, the general manager. What they did to revive this Columbus Lions franchise this year and bring a championship to Columbus has just been incredible. These guys have worked hard. They have brought excitement back into the Civic Center. And speaking of excitement, we're going to go down to the field for an interview with the man, the owner, Roger Beck.
We're going to talk to the happiest guy on the field, owner Roger Beck. Roger, what does this mean to you?
Oh, it's the greatest thing ever. We won a state championship at Michelli, and this exceeds it 10 times. Yeah, everything I thought it would be. Yeah, couldn't be happier. Can't be happier for these guys. Thank you. Hey.
How about the way the game was won? A lot of problems, a lot of things were going Wheeling's way, and then the team comes back the way it did.
We've done it all year. We've had played 3 games with them like this, played one with Jersey like that. They just keep battling back. Once they take the lead, it's over. They'll put their foot on your throat.
What does it say about the quality of this team, the character of this team?
Oh, great character, great young men everywhere we go. Everybody talks about how good they are, how nice we behave, how good we travel. What about all these fans? Yeah, that's what it's about.
The beauty of it, the 3 busloads of fans coming in to be part of this.
Yes, that couldn't be any better. That's how we won. We were louder than they were.
And I like the fashion statement. Show everybody. Does it get any better than this? This is the real deal. Columbus Lions, AAL champions. Roger Beck, congratulations.
Thank you.
Mike, back to you.
Back up here in the booth, and Roger Beck, boy, if anybody's ever been bought in to owning a team and bringing excitement back, it is Roger Beck. If you didn't see that there, he's wearing a white sport coat tonight, and he has a big Lions logo right in the center of the back of that sport coat. And he has just had a blast. I think this may be one of the most fun times of Roger Beck's life, owning this team and seeing this team do what they've done this season, going 11-0 and bringing that championship back to Columbus and back to the Civic Center. It's been great for Dave Plata and I to be a part of it as well. We have had an absolute blast this season. It's not quite over. The celebration's going to come. The trophy presentation is going to come here shortly as the Lions will get that championship trophy. All of them are out there taking photos. They've got the hats now. They've got the T-shirts now. And next, going to come some jewelry. So back down to the field with Thrift Behringer. Back up here in the booth, the guys are getting ready. They even got some chains with the AAL logo, championship logo on the bottom of them, and they're all getting those now passed out to them, getting all the goodies, the spoils of victory here in this AAL championship game 2026. And they're posing for pictures. They're getting a lot done here.
Roger, Corey, Coach Davis, hey,
we're going to let the PA announcer take over here.
Honors everybody for a great season and great game. Roger. And here we go. 2026 AAL champs. Columbus Lions. Right here, coach. Roger.
Well, congratulations once again to Roger Beck, to Damian Daniels, and the Columbus Lions for being champions. And also, congratulations to the 2026 AAL Championship Game MVP quarterback, Blaine Espinoza, named the MVP of tonight's championship game. And I tell you what, that big blue section over there cheered their hearts out tonight. The folks at the pizza place downtown cheered their hearts out. And we're going to send it back down to the field one more time.
Right. Is this ours? Yeah, because I think he was using two separate things.
Back here up in the announcer booth. And ladies and gentlemen, it has been a tremendous night. It has been emotionally uplifting, and it has been emotionally draining at the exact same time. And we have enjoyed so much bringing this action to you, bringing the action of this team to you the entire season. And once again, the Columbus Lions have won the 2026 AAL Championship. They're bringing it back home to the fans of Columbus, Georgia, who are the best fans in the world and the absolute best fans in the AAL this year, without a doubt. And the appreciation that everybody has for this team and for the job that the fans did, and for everybody at the Civic Center, for everybody in city government in Columbus, and all the citizens of Columbus, Georgia. We can sing the old Queen song, "We Are the Champions," and we can make it our motto as we come back to Columbus tomorrow evening and enjoy this one at home with this team. Folks, thank you for joining us all year long. It's been our pleasure to bring you these broadcasts for this championship team. It's been a great ride. It's going to come to an end for 2026, but 2027 is coming. And make sure you're a part of it next year as this team gets going in the expanded AAL. Folks, once again, thanks for joining us tonight. It's been our pleasure to bring it to you. Good night, everybody, from a championship win here in Wheeling, West Virginia.